على محبوب الجدي يا هالدنيا اشهدي انه عنده جوز عيون وجوز خدود موردي.
على محبوب الجدي يا هالدنيا اشهدي انه عنده جوز عيون وجوز خدود موردي.
حبيبي برج الميزان ادمان عيونه ادمان من اسمه بتعرف انه صوت الحق العليان.
حبيبي برج الميزان ادمان عيونه ادمان من اسمه بتعرف انه صوت الحق العليان.
على محبوب الجدي يا هالدنيا اشهدي انه عنده جوز عيون وجوز خدود موردي.
على محبوب الجدي يا هالدنيا اشهدي انه عنده جوز عيون وجوز خدود موردي.
I don't understand. Can it refer to like when he comes back and then will die?
No.
Or
Because it says Jesus died when he was 33 years old. So no. Matt is in the past. He died. So why is Allah saying to him the following ayah? Stay away, Ya Muhammad, from idols.
You're supposed to be a follower of Jesus, and you're using words like that.
Well,
And
it's
you
not my
expect people to
words.
believe it's sincere.
It's not my words. It's the words of Allah. Are you embarrassed of Allah?
I don't understand. Can it refer to like when he comes back and then will die?
No. All right. Welcome everybody. God bless you. Thank you for being here. I hope that my sound is loud and clear. I hope that my sound is loud and clear. I'm so happy that the Muslims are already started to manifest in the comment section. That's awesome. That means we're doing a terrific job. Rob Christian is live, baby. Speaking from Cave. Hira. We are live, baby. We are live. How's this sound, guys? Let me know. Sound is good. All right. The sound is good. What about the people on TikTok? You're not deaf, are you? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? You can, right? Okay, give me a one, please. What about our brother Reverson on Discord? Can you hear me, brother?
I can hear you.
What's up? Salam wa ni'ma.
It's good.
Yeah, habibi. Rabbi barakak. All right. You're in for a treat, guys. Like I said earlier on TikTok, before we went live on YouTube, you're in for a treat. Because we're going to give a very detailed class about the Satanic verses. Muslims will not hesitate. Again, Muslims, modern day Muslims in 2026 will not hesitate to call this a fabrication, a lie created by early Muslims to make fun of their own prophet, which makes sense though. Muslims fabricating stories about their prophet, which makes sense if they are true Muslims. Right? Brother Reverson, can you explain to me what, for example, the principle or criteria of embarrassment is? Can you explain it to the audience?
Something that is so shameful and hurts your picture that you're willing to do anything to avoid talking about or mentioning.
So if this incident that happened in the life of Muhammad, called the Satanic verses, if it was a lie, if it was fabricated by the enemies of Islam, and maybe even the early Muslims, just to make stories up, would they even consider creating these stories about their own prophet if it wasn't true? Brother Iverson, they would have made sure that never to ever report it, right?
Exactly. They would have buried it long ago.
And we're going to show you, we're going to bring up people like Ibn Taymiyyah in the mix, because Ibn Taymiyyah wholeheartedly believed in the satanic verses to be historically and authentically to be true. A true, authentic fact in the life of Muhammad according to Ibn Taymiyyah, and also Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani and many others. And we will go and open the sources. We have the receipts. You're in for a treat, guys. If you're not new to my channel, if you're not new to our ministry, you know me. I never ever go live without bringing receipts. I never go live without being prepared fully about any topic that I choose for that day or live stream. You know me by now, right, guys? All right. Very specific topic, very delicate topic that Muslims love to avoid like a plague. But we are here. We're going to bring it again to the public. And I didn't talk about it for a long time. Okay. So invite. Share. Smash the like button. Tap the screen. Keep tapping it, guys. Because Muslims will do all the necessary steps. They will take all the necessary steps to stop us from exposing again the satanic verses. And guys, to be honest with you, I'm going to say it as it is. You might not like the way I say it, but I'm not going to be politically correct about it. And I'm not saying it to, God forbid, to brag about it. But I don't believe that any Christian has done or is going to do, Lord willing, such a detailed live show about this topic. All right? You need to be very, very, very versed in this topic to do what we are going to do. Muslims might laugh. I don't care if they're laughing. They will try to make fun of us. They're going to try to troll. They will do anything to distract you, distract me, because they don't want us to speak about it. Right? So together, I will take you with me on this journey. And we're going to take deep dives like Yasir Qadi.
When you do a deep dive, I'm a scuba diver. When you do a deep...
So like Yasir Qadi, Dr. Yasir Qadi, Mr. Holes in the Narrative, we're going to take deep dives and we're going to dig up the disasters that we can find about Muhammad regarding this incident. All right. A shout out to Brother Sam Shamoun. Yes, you heard it correctly. Brother Sam Shamoun. A shout out. Why? Rob Christian, why? A shout out to Brother Sam Shamoun. Because Sam Shamoun, 5 days ago, Brother Sam Shamoun 5 days ago, he said that Rob Christian is the best Christian apologist who exposes Islam, who is not an ex-Muslim. So he's born in a Christian family. And he mentioned also Ahmed ex-Muslim, and he mentioned Sister DOC. Remember, these are ex-Muslims, but the best one, he said, is Rob Christian. And he even, I don't like it. I don't like to be put on any pedestal, to be honest with you. But he said that I'm even, according to him, according to Sam, I'm even better than CP. That's what he said. I mean, he said it on his live show 5 days ago, literally, guys. But, please, guys, I love all the brothers. I love all of our brothers. I believe everybody has his own set of skills, his own, But please keep all of us in your praise. We are all far from perfect. We all have our shortcomings as well. I have many shortcomings, so please pray with me. We're going to pray soon. Pray for me. Pray for my shortcomings. Because I need Jesus like all of you guys. We are sinners. So that's Sam for you. And again, since he said that about me, I will say it back. I believe about Sam Shamoun. I believe that Sam Shamoun is the best Christian apologist on this planet who can literally destroy and muzzle, demolish any Muslim with two hands behind his back, standing on one leg, being blindfolded. That's what I think about Sam. Now that we've said that, let us officially start, guys. You're with me, right? Give me a 1, please. You're with me. Don't allow any Muslim to distract you today, because this is a very, very delicate topic. Join our Discord server, guys. Join our Discord server. Join our Discord server. The link is on the screen. You can find this also on my About page. On YouTube, you can find all of my social media accounts. All of my social media accounts in the description box as well. See, again, I forgot to go live on X. I forgot to go live on X. Let me click on live. Give me a second here, guys. I forgot to go live on X, but it's working now. Yeah, it's working. All right, we're live. That's awesome. We're live. We're live on 4 different platforms, guys. TikTok, YouTube. Brother Reverson is streaming on Discord and on X. Wow, that's amazing. Amazing stuff, guys. Pray that it's going to work stable enough. Hope that the sound is good so we can continue. All right. Brother Reverson, can you tell the audience who these creatures are on the screen? Who is this guy, this fellow here, the Al-Abyad fellow here, this guy here? Who is he? Who's doing a lot of waswasa to the Muslims and
supposed to be the one who met Mumu in the cave.
Uh-huh. That's the Al-Abyad guy, huh? The white one. The white one. Guys, I want to see in the chat all of you writing the white one, Al-Abyad. That's the guy who came in the shape of Jibreel, to reveal to him the satanic verses on his tongue. Okay? That's the guy. The white one, Al-Abyad, the white one, aka King of Monday, the demon was associated with the day of the week, Monday. The white king, Al-Abyad, the white one. That's him right there. So, we're going to mention him. We're going to explain what he did, why he's connected to the satanic verses and whatnot. But before we actually going to do that, let's pray first. I want to pray first, guys. Pray. Brother Reverson, it's your turn. Come on, baby. It's your turn now to pray.
Is it?
Yeah.
I wasn't counting.
You don't want to do it? I can if you don't want. I mean, come on. I can't put the sword of Muhammad on your neck.
Okay.
You want to do it?
Yeah, we'll pray.
All right. Let's pray, guys.
Father in heaven, we praise you and we glorify you, Lord. We come to you today asking humbly for you to bless our life. Please, Lord, open our eyes and guard our mind and hearts from all the evil we are about to unravel about Islam. Please, Lord, guard our faith, guard our hearts from any wickedness because of reading such sources. Help us, Lord, open the eyes of all the Muslims who are in the chat and anyone who is ex-Muslim so he knows that he did the right choice by leaving this cult. We thank you, Father, for this opportunity and for this live, that you help us reach more and more people through many, many platforms on the internet. We thank you, Lord, for this opportunity, and we glorify you, and we glorify your name by any work we do. It is all for your sake, Father. We ask you humbly to bless us and guard our hearts, and always keep us safe in your name. In Jesus' name, we ask and pray. Amen.
Amen, amen. Speaking from Cave Hira, we are live. We are back, baby. Let's go. All right. We're now officially started. We had an awesome prayer. Thank you, Brother Reverson. May the Lord keep you, keep the rest of the admins safe. Pray for our admins. Pray for all the persecuted Christians on this planet, guys. Thank you, Brother Reverson. He's working already on the timestamps. He's going to read the Arabic. He's going to, assist me like the rest of the admins who are working hard in the background, taking care of the chat. Keep them in your prayers. Sister Lubyanka, Sister Juliet Abraham is with us. How are you, dear sister? Let everybody know that we're live, guys. Please let everybody know that we're live. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on patreon.com/RobChristian to receive emails when we go live, guys. You can become a free member right now. What's up, Abla? How are you? Elisa, all of you people on TikTok as well. Hey, Texo, what's up? What's poppin', bro? All of you, Burgundy, what's up, Burgundy? Mr. Burgundy, what's up? Crazy Lady is with us on TikTok. Victor is here. On Top is here. The rest of the brothers and sisters, welcome, including the Muslims. We love you, Muslims. Please listen to what we have to say, because your imams would not dare to bring up this topic. Your imams would not dare to talk about this topic the way we going to bring it. And they will hide the necessary details about this topic. So you're in for a treat as well, Muslims. You're in for a treat as well, because you'll see that we are not going to lie like the imams. We're going to open the books and we'll show you what the books say. Okay? You can say whatever you like. You can make fun. But in the end, these are your books that we are going to read from. And you're going to see how the satanic verses are fully explained today. And what the early Muslims like Ibn Taymiyyah said about it, and Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. And we're going to open the books and the sources too. All right. Let's talk about the Al-Abyad, the white one here on the right. Al-Abyad, this creature, this demonic creature, this entity, this evil guy who's doing a lot of waswasa. What is waswasa, Brother Reverson? Waswasa?
Speaking in, how do you say it?
You know, waswasa.
Yeah. Like whispering in the ear?
Whispering in the, bringing evil thoughts to do evil actions. Waswasa that's what they call it. So this is the guy here, the guy of the hour, who demonically influenced Muhammad and gave him the satanic verses on his tongue. And Muhammad then delivered the satanic verses to his people, the Quraysh of Mecca, the pagans of Mecca, and then he prostrated in front of Lat al-Uzza wal-Manad, doing the sujood, the sajda, the sujood. What is sujood, Brother Reverson? Can you explain to the audience what sujood means? The sujood?
Prostration.
Prostration. Is that an act of worship?
It is.
It is an act of worship. So if Muhammad did it, that means Muhammad did the unforgivable sin that you can find in chapter 4, ayah 48, the unforgivable sin, because according to 4:48 of the Quran, Allah said that He's going to forgive all sins except associating partners with Him. So if Muhammad literally did this, then this is horrible for all Muslims. If this would be my prophet, I would not even think about staying a Muslim for a second. Because remember, Muslims say, مَا يَنْطُقَ عَنِ الْهَوَى إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَى. He's only receiving divine revelation from Allah. He's the mouthpiece of Allah. Then how can the mouthpiece of Allah commit such a horrendous act by bowing down, prostrating to Allah, Al-Uzza wa Manat, the three female idols, the bird idols of Mecca? All right. Creating shirk in the process, which is partnership with Allah. Right? Now, that's what, in a nutshell, what we're going to talk about. So here, first source, Tafsir Muqatil bin Sulaiman. You ready, right, Brother Reverson? Al-Abyad. We're going to mention him, Al-Abyad. Let me give the people the link so they can, download these books for free. You see, we immediately take deep dives in the books, Books, guys. Without books, well, what's the point of free, doing a topic about this? So, pages 602, all the way up, 602. That's the page number. By the way, I reinstalled the app, so let's hope that it's not going to crash anymore. The newer version, Brother Reverson, that you gave me. So, let's see if it's going to work. All right. We start reading from here, and of course, I'll provide the English translation as well, don't worry. فقال الشيطان.
It says فقال شيطان واسمه الأبيض هو صاحب الأنبياء أنا له فأتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فوجده فيه Next
And then
page.
the next page with the English translation, back to back. Read the Arabic, and then we're going to read English. Next page, 603.
فوجده في
Yeah.
فوجده في بيت الصفا فلما انصرف قام الأبيض في صورة جبريل ليوحي إليه فنزل جبريل عليه السلام فقام بينه وبين النبي فدفعه جبريل بيده دفعة هينة فوقع من مكة بأقصى الهند من فرقه. Translation: Satan, his name is Al-Abyad, i.e. the white one. He is the companion of the prophets. So he came to the prophet and found him in the house of Safa. And when he turned away, Al-Abyad stood in the image of Jibreel. He revealed to him, i.e. the Satanic inspiration. Then Jibreel stood between him and the prophet. Then Jibreel pushed him with his hand with a slight push, so he fell from Mecca to the farthest part of India.
Ooh, كلام خطير هذا يا Reversion. This is devastating. So Satan used to often visit the prophets, not only Muhammad, but he was a companion of all the prophets of Allah. I mean, what's the job of Allah? Where is Allah to protect his prophets? So Abraham had a Satan. His name was Al-Abyad. The same Al-Abyad Satan came to Sulaiman alayhi salam. He came to Musa alayhi salam. Brother, peace be upon him, brother. What's the job of Allah if he's not protecting his prophets? But anyway, makes sense that Allah is not a protector, yet he said that he's going to protect his prophets and they are ma'sumin and whatnot. Ma'sumun. Yeah, right? But look, brother, if I would be an Indian, I would migrate it immediately to Mecca or something, because if you're an Indian from India, know that this Al-Abyad is, in India. Maybe he's your neighbor, brother. May the real Jibreel stand up and push Al-Abyad away, far away to the farthest part of India. Why India? I don't know, Manidri. Maybe Muhammad thought that would be the end of the flat earth. Does that make sense, brother Reversion? Because Muhammad thought that the earth is flat, and the farthest part of India, according to his logic, that's the farthest place. That means if you push him far enough, he will reach the most farthest country, which would be India.
I mean, the first generation of Muslims knew nothing about sailing. Those people live in a desert, let alone see a sea or water.
It makes sense, though. Makes very, very good sense. Exactly. Logically speaking, yeah. So, to give you an idea who this Al-Abyad is, and again, this is Tafsir Muqatil, Volume 4, pages 602 and 603. Here's the link, one more time, of the book. Collect it, download it with my English translation on the screen. All right, let's continue. To give you an idea who this demon is, how he used to look like, how he used to come in the shape of Jibreel. Baby steps, guys. And we're not immediately going to go to the most difficult matter, the delicate stuff. Now, regarding the satanic verses, what has actually happened? When Muhammad was in Mecca, remember, Muhammad became a prophet, supposedly a prophet, at the age of 40. That happened in the year 610 AD. And he stayed in Mecca until 622 AD. Then he migrated from Mecca to Medina. So for 12 years at least, Muhammad was weak. He had to convince his tribe, his own people, the pagans. I came with a message, Allah, Tawheed, brother, unification, brother, Allah, brother, Allah, I'm receiving wahi. There's a guy called Al-Abyad, Jibreel in the cave. He squeezed me, he forced me to read اقرأ اقرأ ما أنا بقاري قاري squeeze squeeze. You get the idea? And then I'm receiving wahi, brother, is revelation from Allah, and come follow my new religion, Islam. Leave your pagans, stop worshipping these pagans, worship Allah. And then he does the tawheed, and you get the idea. Later he breaks all the idols and takes the names and he gives them to Allah. You get the idea. Okay. So in a nutshell, so what happens is, guys, when he was in Mecca, he started to receive chapter 53 on the screen. Momo in Mecca starts to get from supposedly Jibreel chapter 53 on the screen. So he starts to read. So guys, I want you to take notes. What happens about the satanic, what truly happened, okay? What truly happened regarding the satanic verses. I'm explaining step by step how it went. So Muhammad is reading chapter 53 and he's reciting it to his companions, and the Quraysh are there listening and whatnot. So he's reciting ayah 1, 2, 3 all the way down to ayah number 19 and 20. And he says, أَفَرَأَيْتُمَ اللَّاتَ وَالْعُزَّى وَمَنَاةَ الثَّالِثَةُ الْأُخْرَى. Have you considered Lat, Al-Lat, and Al-Uzza, وَمَنَاة, the three bird idols, the cranes, the bird idols of Mecca, the pagan female goddesses, the female idols, the third one? Then what happens is Satan immediately comes, acts as if he's Jibreel, and he put the satanic verses here that you can see on the screen, right between chapter 53, ayah 20 and 21. Right immediately after and Manad, the third, the last one. And how does the satanic verses sound like? تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهن لترتجى. Those are the two verses. The two, so they are two, not one. Two satanic verses put on the tongue of Muhammad, and Muhammad recites them to the pagans, to his own companions, the early Muslims in Mecca. This is in Mecca. Okay. And can you translate it? Yes, sure. These are the exalted gharaniq, the bird idols, the female goddesses, Allat, Al-Uzza, Wal-Manat, and their intercession is hoped for. So we have verse number 1, and verse number 2, the satanic verses. So that's where the place was, right between chapter 53, ayah 20 and 21, as you see on top, before Allah abrogated them and strengthened Surah chapter 53. Okay? You're with me, right, guys? Is everybody with me? I'm trying to explain, to literally make it as clear as possible, as you noticed. For even the people who never, ever, ever heard about the satanic verses before. Trying to make it clear. I'm not calling anybody stupid or dumb, God forbid, but to dump it down so that everybody can take notes and learn about this topic. Right? Again, the satanic verses. تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهم لترتجى. Those are the two satanic verses. So, what is very important to know is that these verses, all right, when Muhammad recited them to his people, تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهن لترتجى. These are the exalted crane bird idols, the gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. What Muslims don't know is that these satanic verses stayed in the Quran for 8 long years. Wait, what? Wait, what? What did you say, Rob? For 8 long years?
Emotional, damn it!
So the Sahaba, the companions of Muhammad, and Muhammad, the early Muslims, used to recite the satanic verses between the year 614, because if you do some digging, that's when Surah An-Najm, chapter 53, that we scrolled through, started to appear in the year 614 AD. And they stayed in all the way to 622, when Muhammad migrated from Mecca to Medina, when he moved from Mecca to Medina. In the year 622, finally Allah decided to send Jibreel, supposedly, or, to abrogate the verses and give Muhammad chapter 22, ayah 50, 22, ayah 52. And here is the abrogation. Look. فينسخ الله ما يلقي الشيطان. So here, finally, after 8 years, so let me type it out so you can take a screenshot. After 8 long years, we finally get the abrogation. Allah then nullifies, Allah abrogates after 8 long years the satanic verses. Now, Brother Reverson, you might ask, if you have a very critical eye, you might ask me, Rob, why 8 long years? Why didn't Allah immediately abrogate it? Or even, why didn't Allah not allow Satan to even intervene? Why 8 long years? Well, I have to assume, Brother Reverson, I have to not only assume but conclude that probably a Jew in Medina, when Muhammad went to Medina, a Jew in Medina probably heard Muhammad reciting Surah An-Najm, chapter 53, and he thought, hey, wait, something is fishy going on here. You claim that you are a muwahhid, you worship Allah, you're doing tawheed, unification. But when we hear you reciting chapter 53, we hear you praising the female goddesses of Arabia, of the Hijaz, of Mecca and Medina, of Mecca. Right? Hijaz, the Mecca area, and Medina. So you are reciting about the female goddesses and you're praising them. You're saying to us, تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهن لترتجى. These are the exalted bird idols and their intercession is hoped for. Doesn't make sense. On the other hand, you claim that you're worshipping only one God, Allah, but we hear you reciting the satanic verses. So Muhammad then claims that Satan, delivered those verses for me, and now Allah just popped out of nowhere and he gave me chapter 22:52, and he abrogates, he nullifies whatever Satan interjects in the Quran, and then Allah strengthens His Quran, right? His ayat, right? وما أرسلنا من قبلك من رسول ولا نبي إلا إذا تمنى ألقى الشيطان في أمنيته فينسخ الله ما يلقي الشيطان إلى آخر الآية, to the rest of the ayah, as you see on the screen. So 8 long years. You're taking notes, right, guys? This is very important. Muslims leave it out. Muslims leave this out. This is why I created this illustration for you. Take a screenshot, please. Or clip this. Do what you got to do, guys. Clip this. Download this. Yes, Timothy, exactly. Maybe it happened, from the bottom up. Allahu A'lam. So for 8 long years. Those are long years, Brother Reverson, man. You want to add something on top of what he just explained?
Imagine spending 8 years prostrating and asking for the intercession of 3 high cranes instead of Allah.
Yes.
And then Allah is just sitting there waiting. No warning, no nothing. Like, could it be that the journey for Jibril took him 8 years to go down?
Maybe, Jibril needed some time, brother. We don't know. Imagine. Why Gharaniq? Because they believed. This is also a very important question, Brother Reverse. And some people might ask, why crane bird idols? Because these were bird idol goddesses.
The comment, brother.
Yeah, sorry for that. So basically, what is happening is the pagans of Mecca, they had intercessors in the shape of bird idols, female bird idols. So when they believed that when they prayed to Allah, these bird idols will intercede on behalf of the pagans. They could basically fly and deliver. That's what they believed about these bird idols, that they could deliver the prayers of the pagans all the way to the supreme moon idol, Allah. That's why cranes, big birds, cranes. You're with me, right? Makes sense. Exactly. Yeah. Makes sense. Everybody's with me, right, guys? This is why I keep telling you, this is very detailed stuff. So take your time, take notes. Very important stuff that we're teaching here. And no Muslim da'i, no imam would dare to bring this up because they know the consequences. This will put a lot of doubts in the hearts of Muslims. So that's why it's so important, guys, to download my videos, take notes, Take screenshots, clip. You know what you got to do. All of my stuff is yours, but if it's not too much asked, always include my credentials so that people can go back and find the source, and that our community can grow, our ministry can grow. All right. Let's continue. So for 8 long years, don't forget, between 614 and 622, the Satanic verses stayed in the Quran. In the Quran, the Muslims were reciting them in chapter 53 between ayah 20 and 21. So that's how the Quran came down. Have you considered Allat, Al-Uzza, Wal-Manat? The third one, the last. And then 21. Between 20 and 21, the Satanic verses were تِلْكَ الْغَرَانِيقَ الْعُلَى وَإِنَّ شَفَاعَتَهُنْ لَتُرْتَجَى. These are the exalted bird idols, the Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. Just like as you see here on the screen, right? So literally between 53 ayah 20 and 21, right in the middle there. And then Allah then supposedly abrogated the 2 verses. So there were 2 verses. Did you catch it? That's how the abrogation after 8 years exactly worked. And like I said, the abrogation is in chapter 20 to 52. Even if you put all the sources aside, if you just know what is going on, literally chapter 20 to 52 on itself explains that Satan literally forced satanic revelation on the tongue of Muhammad. And then after the damage, Allah then decides to wake up and abrogate what Satan did on the tongue of Muhammad. Corrupting the Quran, literally, guys. The speech of Allah on the tongue of Muhammad. Now we're going to go even deeper. Now we're going to go deep inside the matter, inside the receipts and whatnot. And what the early Muslims, what the early scholars said and what they believed about the Satanic verses. This is Ibn Kathir's teacher on the screen, guys. This is the teacher of Imam al-Dhahabi. This is the teacher of Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah. That's Shaykh al-Islam. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah al-Harrani, short for Ibn Taymiyyah. He said, and I quote, early Muslims, the Salaf, the early Muslims, those are the Salaf. Okay, when you hear the word Salaf, don't confuse them with Salafis. Salaf, as Salaf, are the first three generation of Muslims, meaning the early Muslims. Right? The Salaf, the first 3 generation of Muslims. They believed in the Satanic verses to be a historical fact in the life of Muhammad. Who said that? Not Rob Christian. Ibn Taymiyyah said that. If you want to call me Ibn Taymiyyah, okay. But that's not me. That's Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam, the teacher of Ibn Kathir. The Ibn Kathir, the Mufassir and the historian. That's his teacher. That's Shaykh al-Islam, basically the daddy of all the Shmerarist, Salafi and Wahhabi boys. Right? Exactly, Abla. Good one. Exactly. Just as she said. The Salaf are the first 3 generation of early Muslims. Not today's pseudo Salafi, Wahhabi Muslims. Okay? All right. Here is his book. The book of who? Ibn Taymiyyah. So we're going to open it together and read from it. So let me give you the link first. You're ready, right, Brother Reverson?
I'm with you.
You're with me. Beautiful. I'm so happy to have such an amazing admin team, guys. A squad of admins, guys. Oh, man, what a luxury. مجموع الفتاوى. مجموع فتاوى Ibn Taymiyyah. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah on the screen. Volume 10. We're going to go to volume 10, open it, and we go to page 200. As you see, we have the receipts. And I put the English translation as well, so that it becomes very clear for everybody. Page 291. Aywa. 291. That's the page number. Okay. We scroll up. We're going to read. Let's read, Brother Reverse. Read the yellow and the green underneath, and then we're going to read then the English as well.
Okay. It says, وَأَمَّا الَّذِينَ قَرَّرُوا مَا نُقِلَ عَنِ السَّلَفِ فَقَالُوا هَذَا مِنْ قَوْلِ نقلا ثابتا لا يمكن القدح فيه والقرآن يدل عليه بقوله. Translation: As for those who decided on what was transmitted from the Salaf, i.e. the early Muslims, they said that this was transmitted with a proven transmission that cannot be criticized, and the Quran indicates this by saying, this is 22:52 as we mentioned,
Yep.
the abrogation verse.
Brother Reverson, try to dump it down a bit. Slow down, let's slow down and explain what Ibn Taymiyyah just said here. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. What did he just explain? What did he say about the satanic verses?
Ibn Taymiyyah said that basically all the early scholars agreed that whatever was taken from the earliest Muslims, i.e. the Salaf, is correctly transmitted and proven and cannot be criticized or have any doubts about it because it's also mentioned in the Quran.
So Ibn Taymiyyah's view, Ibn Taymiyyah's belief was that you cannot criticize this incident called the satanic verses in any way, shape, or form because it's basically massively transmitted. There's so much proof for it, so many reports for it that you cannot criticize it. It must be true. Else, again, we go back to what we said in the beginning. You have something called the criteria, or the better to say, the principle of embarrassment, right? So why would they report this if this is what was not true? And it's massively transmitted. And there are around, guys, I'm not kidding, around 50 riwayat, 50 reports about the satanic verses. 50, not one or two, but 50. Do you understand why someone like Ibn Taymiyyah came clean, Brother Reverson?
Yeah.
He came clean and he said you cannot criticize it.
Yeah, just because he mentioned that and he said you cannot criticize it, that means they considered it as a fact. Like the early Muslims, early scholars considered this as a fact that happened.
منقول ثقيلا ثابتا لا يمكن القدح فيه.
نقلا ثابتا, yeah.
نقلا ثابتا. نقلا ثابتا. I mean, it's very clear. Very, very clear. All right. And here's Ibn Hajar. If you want to take a screenshot. So here's another heavyweight, renowned scholar who wrote Fath al-Bari, the explanation, the sharh for Sahih al-Bukhari. So in his Fath al-Bari by Ibn Hajar, volume 8, page 439. Let me give you the book as well. So, these are very, very delicate, very detailed stuff, but I will give you the sources. Don't worry. I have the books. I have the Arabic. Here is the link. So that's what he said. Let me also show you how the book looks like. So you will have the Arabic as well, beside the English. Here is Fath al-Bari by Ibn Hajar. Fath al-Bari by Ibn Hajar on the screen. Volume 8. And here is the Arabic. So you don't say, Arab, you're lying. We don't have the Arabic to back it up. No, Habibi, I do. Here is the Arabic. Okay? Here is the Arabic. Back to back. And here is, as I showed you, the English translation. Let's read it, Brother Reverson.
English translation, yeah. Contrary to what Abu Bakr ibn al-Arabi and al-Qadi Iyad have claimed, whereby the story has no basis at all, when the paths of hadith are many and distinct, it shows that the report has a basis. So, as I said, there are 3 sound but mursal chains for it. Among them, what meets the criteria of the Sahih. But for the fact that they are mursal, this constitutes proof for both of those that accept mursal reports as proofs and those that do not, due to the mutual strengthening of the chains.
What did Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani said here? What did he say in a nutshell, Brother Reverson?
In a nutshell, he said that there are multiple chains of hadith about this that are reported. Among them, there are some mursal, and among them, those that that can be considered sahih, which further elevates that even if a Muslim would not accept a mursal hadith, he would certainly have to, because there are sahih hadiths who narrate the same story that are authentic.
Now, do you understand
There's
why?
no escape.
Exactly. Now, do you understand why Ibn Taymiyyah believed in what he believed about the satanic verses? And why he said you cannot disprove it. There are simply too many reports to, just deny it or put, to make yourself blindfolded or forget about it. Simply too many proven transmissions that cannot be criticized, right? And Ibn Taymiyyah also continued. I forgot to continue scrolling on the same page. Let's read this as well, brother, if you don't mind, of Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah's Majmu' al-Fatawa.
It's here. Yeah, it says here فقالوا الآثار في تفسير هذه الآية معروفة ثابتة في كتب التفسير والحديث والقرآن يوافق ذلك فإن نسخ الله لما يلقي الشيطان وإحكامه آياته. Translation, and they said, this is al-athar in the tafsir of these ayat are well known and proven in the tafsir, the hadith, and in the Quran. And it agrees with the fact that Allah abrogated what Satan adds on his tongue and the Quran, this means Muhammad, and strengthens his ayat of the Quran.
So, in other words, guys, again, he doubles it down. Ibn Taymiyyah doubles it down, and he says this is well known. The satanic verses incident, the reports are well known, and they are proven in the tafsir, the hadith, and in the Quran. We cannot reject them. So it must be an authentic fact, an authentic incident in the life of Muhammad. It truly happened. But what he says is basically in the last part is that yes, it happened, but Allah abrogates it, so we are good to go. But hold on, ya Ibn Taymiyyah. If Muhammad was truly a prophet and there was something called Allah, Allah would have never allowed that to happen because, for example, if you go back to the Quran in chapter 15, right? If we go back to chapter 15, look what happens, Brother Reverson. Ibn Taymiyyah, like any typical Muslim, forgets a very important detail. Why? Look at this, the detail, guys. Read it, Brother Reverson, if you do us a favor. Read what is on the screen in chapter 15:42.
It says إن عبادي ليس لك عليهم سلطان إلا من اتبعك من الغاوين. This indeed, as for my servants, you do not have any authority over them except of the perverse who follow you. This is addressing Satan, right?
Yes, so Allah talks to Satan. So Allah says to Satan, let me put it on top. Allah and Satan are having a discussion. Allah said to Satan, to Shaitan, indeed, you Shaitan, as for my servant, you do not have any authority over them. You don't have authority over Muhammad. You don't have authority over my servants, except the ones who are fit to follow you, who are evil enough to follow you. So Ibn Taymiyyah, like any typical Muslim, forgot this important detail in the Quran in chapter 15:42. So only Satan can have authority over only the evil and bad people who are fit to be controlled by Satan, to become his followers, to become satanic followers of Muhammad, of Satan, right? So,
in simple words, those who willingly follow Satan.
And ayah 43 comes the boom.
وَإِنَّ جَهَنَّمَ لَمَوْعِدُهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. And indeed, hell is the place for them all, like exactly. The tryst of them all.
Yeah. So, in other words, 1 + 1, Muhammad became the prophet of Satan. Satan had authority over Muhammad for at least 12 years. For at least 12. Don't forget about the black magic spell as well for 6 months. So 12 years plus 6 months. That's 12 and a half years. 12 and a half years in total. And last but not least, it says that Muhammad is then in hell. Wow. And there are places in hell. So if we have to go by the logic of Allah in the Quran, that means Muhammad must be in hell, right, brother Reverson? Remember, the unforgivable sin in Islam in chapter 448 is associating partners with Allah. Do you see what the Muslims keep forgetting? Ibn Taymiyyah is like any typical Muslim. He keeps forgetting his own Quran and how damaging then it is. But brother, Allah abrogated the Quran, okay? Allah abrogated the speech of Satan in the Quran, okay? We're good to go. Yeah, of course, you're good to go. But you're forgetting chapter 15, 42 and 43 and chapter 4, 48, the unforgivable sin, which is shirk. Muhammad became a shirky prophet. Shirky. Zuti and shirky. Aywa. Now let me explain what a mursal chain is, guys. So dumping it down again, or to make it more clear, you might ask, what is a mursal? What is a mursal hadith? Okay, what is a mursal hadith? A mursal hadith is basically this. Mursal hadith. When you have a successor, a student of the companions of Muhammad. So Muhammad, 1, 2, a companion, sahabi, and then you have the tabi'in, at-tabi'i, singular, the follower or the student of the companion. So Muhammad, companions, and the students or the followers of the companions. What happens is when you have, for example, a mursal chain is when the successor or the tabi'i skips mentioning in the chain. We're talking about a report where you have the chain of narration. He doesn't mention who he heard from, or he doesn't include the name of that companion, and then you have basically a chain that is missing a link. It's missing a link. You don't have the name of the companion. That's what a mursal isnad is. Okay, a mursal isnad is. Is it clear for everybody, guys? So you see, I put a red cross so to give you an idea what it means. Then that's what a mursal hadith is. You're following, right, everybody? See, guys, I'm creating this stuff, and it takes me a lot of time to create all of this for you to make it very, very clear, because Muslims love to attack these mursal chains and say, "Oh, it's mursal, brother, it's mursal." But wait, you're forgetting something. So yeah, we're talking literally about the science of so-called science of hadith. It's a joke, nothing but a joke. It's a joke for them, and so we should treat it as a joke. Look, guys, if you download the following book, and let me give you the link. If you download the following book to understand how mursal chains work. So this is literally, we're taking even a step further, brother Reverson, as you noticed, and we're going to take deep dives now in the science of hadith. And science of hadith is basically the end game. So if you want to learn how, this so-called science, which is utter comedy, nothing but pure comedy. But anyway, since Muslims believe in it, let's, play along. By Dr. Shoaib Hassan, or Shoaib Hassan, whatever his name is. Shoaib, if I'm not mistaken. Shoaib Hassan, that's his name. His book is An Introduction, that's the title, An Introduction to the Science of Hadith. An introduction.
Did you post the link, brother?
No. It's too long, so that's why it did not drop. So forgive me, guys. I have to do this.
Put it on Discord, I'll do it to you.
No, it's okay. Look, I think it will fit now. Yep, now it fits. You see, when the link, including the info is tooling, it will not post the message. So it's now posted. Glory to Christ. So look, this is his book, and we're going to open the pages and explain what scholars said about mursal hadiths, mursal ahadiths from this book. First page, page 24. Page 24. We're going to go basically through all the fiqh or madhahib. Brother Reverson, can you explain what the four madhahibs are to the Christians and the Muslims who are listening, or maybe new to this?
I think they're called jurisprudence, right? We're talking
Islamic
about
Sunni
the
jurisprudence. Yeah. The four
the
madhahib.
Hanafi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was it? Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, and what was the last one?
Hanbali.
Hanbali.
Yep,
Yeah.
4. The 4. So look what it says there. Authenticity of mursal hadith. So you can literally, a mursal hadith can be also considered often to be authentic. So it's not thrown out, as you noticed. Even if, for example, so this is an example, how a tabi'i skips or he doesn't mention the name of a companion, it doesn't make it immediately da'if. And we're going to prove it. Watch. So this is page 24. So go to page 24 and you'll find this of the book. Page 24, authenticity of mursal hadith. So let's see what the 4 madhab, their view is about mursal. The opinion held by Imam Malik. So this is one of the 4. The founding father of the Maliki madhab. Maliki fiqh. Maliki Sunni jurisprudence. Sunni school. Okay? The opinion held by Imam Malik and all Maliki jurists is that the mursal of a trustworthy person is valid as proof. Reversing, I'm not blind. I read it correctly, right?
Yes. It says mursal of a trustworthy person is valid as proof.
As proof. So Imam Malik and all the Maliki jurists who follow his madhab all believe that the mursal of a trustworthy person, or in this case a tabi'i, who doesn't mention the name of the companion of Muhammad who he heard the report from, is still valid proof. So notice, guys, this is a game that they play. You're with me, right, everyone? Give me a 1. Notice how Muslims, modern day Muslims, play a game with us. When we bring a mursal chain, they say it's da'if, it's da'if. They start to scream and cry, say it's da'if. We don't accept it, liars. You see how they lie to us, guys? When we bring such a mursal chain, they'll da'if. But hey, hold on. That's not what your scholars believed about it. This is Imam and Malik for you. They rejected because they are low tiers. Or if they know anything about science of hadith, they know that they are lying when they say we don't accept it. Let's continue. This is the Maliki Sunni school. This is Imam Malik for you. Let's continue on the next page, page 25 of this book. So literally, guys, I'm teaching you about science of hadith. This is like next level stuff, right, Brother Reverson? Next level stuff.
Indeed.
This is like academic stuff, guys. Look, same book, an introduction of science of hadith. So page 25. Look, page 25. There you are. Let's read this part, Brother Reverson. Can you take over, brother?
Yeah. You want me to read the Imam Abu Hanifa? Holds the same opinion as Malik. He accepts the mursal hadith whether or not it is supported by another hadith.
Hold on.
And then we have Imam.
Hold on. So we have not 1, but 2.
2.
Among the 4 top main scholars of Sunni Islam. Remember, there are 4 madhab, 4 fiqh madhab. Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik both accept the mursal hadith as a valid proof. Let's continue to number 3. Top scholar number 3, Imam al-Shafi'i. Continue reading, brother.
Imam al-Shafi'i says, has discussed this issue in detail in his Al-Risala. He requires the following conditions to be met before accepting a mursal hadith.
Hold on, brother. So, unlike Imam Abu Hanifa and Imam Malik, Imam al-Shafi'i says, for a mursal hadith to be accepted as hujjah, as proof, let me set some conditions. So here are his conditions. For one of the conditions, for example, it must be, if we go back to my illustration that I created, this tabi'i must be among the elders. So he's not a young dude who just, started drinking milk from his, or he left drinking milk from his mother's nipples. No, it must be an elder among the successors of the companions. That's one of the conditions that he said. Did you catch it? That's Imam al-Shafi'i. Yeah. And he has set multiple conditions. So I'm giving you the conditions, as you noticed. We go now to page 26. 26. Look. So literally, guys, this is literally science of hadith. At this point, all of you, you're going to become like, you're going to have a PhD in the field of science of hadith because you're listening to our question. Page 26. Page 26, guys. Yeah, all jokes aside. Let's go to the 4. And this is the father of the Wahhabis and Salafi boys of today, you know, these Shmerurists. That's Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, number 4. So we have 4 madhab, 4 founding fathers of the madhab. Here is Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal. Read.
Yeah, Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal said, accepts mursal and other da'if, i.e. weak hadith if nothing opposing them is found regarding a particular issue, preferring them as qiyas, analogical deduction.
Stop, brother. So notice, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, unlike the others, he accepts mursal and even sometimes weak reports. That's not me saying it. That's what Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal's view was. Remember, brother Reverson, if we open the book, the collection of hadith, the most famous collection of hadith of Ahmad ibn Hanbal, called Musnad Ahmad, where we find also the hadith of Az-Zut. Muslims love to attack it and say it's da'if. But look, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal didn't even use Hassan. He didn't even, so let me type it out. Ahmad ibn Hanbal did not even care to use something called Hassan or good. He only used authentic, sahih, or da'if. That's his grading, the way he used to grade a hadith. And he did not reject da'if in any way, shape, or form. He accepts both mursal and da'if reports. Did you catch it? So Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal takes it even a step further than the rest. He says, we take even a da'if. And this Dr. Shuaib, who created this book, he explains further. By da'if, here is meant a hadith which are not severely weak. So, the ones that are only graded as weak, they are fully accepted as long they are not batil, munkar, rejected, or mawdu', fabricated. So his condition is, even if it's da'if, as long it's not batil or munkar or mawdu', we take it as hujjah, as proof. And you see, guys, as I said earlier, he only used the grading system of sahih and da'if. He did not even have Hassan. He did not even introduce Hassan in the game. You see how Ahmad ibn Hanbal basically accept both sahih and da'if as long they are not fabricated or rejected reports. You're with me, right, guys? So when Muslims, layman Muslims, I love to call them wannabe Muslims, these Pakistani boys, Afghanistani boys, Muslims who pretend to be Muslims, throwing da'if reports under the bus. Even the chain of narration that is authentic, they throw it under the bus. It's a game for them. But among themselves, they know they cannot reject it. This is why I say Islam became a joke in the hands of modern day Muslims. Because the view of the early Muslims was way different about the authentication, accepting, not accepting, way different than today's mindset of Muslims. Right? DJ Pepper, can you leave such language aside, brother? Come on, bro. Please, brother. Please. And please, brother. No need for such language, okay? Step it down and take it down a notch, brother. Please. You see, you're distracting me when I read such stuff. And I'm still not done. This is important stuff. Yes, and like I said, as you see, guys, they literally pick and choose. It's a game. Da'if, sahih, hasan. It's a game for them. They are not even, they don't even care anymore at this point. You can't, if you follow the Hanbali madhab, you can't throw even da'if hadiths under the bus. You have to accept them. Yes, brother?
Is it okay if we say that the newer the longer Islam lives on, the narrower the sources of Islam became? People started rejecting most of what was actually accepted in the early stages of Islam, right?
Exactly.
It's like a funnel.
Yeah. So, and every scholar, a scholar for a dollar. That's why we love to call it. Every scholar has his own view. Every scholar has his own grading system, as you noticed. Scholar for a dollar. I like Ahmed ibn Hanbal, I will follow him. I like Imam Shafi'i, I will follow him. I like Imam Abu Hanifa, I will follow him. Scholar for a dollar, brother. I like Imam Malik's view, I will follow his madhab. Choose what you like. 10% off. Today, 10% off. So if you are a Salafi, you are a Wahhabi, you follow the Hanbali Athari creed, the Hanbali madhab, the Athari creed. For example, I'm giving you an example. You cannot reject da'if reports. You can only reject if these reports are batil, munkar, or mawdu'. What is batil, brother Everson, for the audience?
Absolutely not accepted. Batil is just
very very weak. ضعيف جدا. That's what they graded as. ضعيف جدا. Very weak. That's what batil is. Munkar, rejected. Munkar means rejected. If you can type it out for the audience so they can take notes, brother. So batil is very weak. Munkar, rejected. Mawdu', fabricated. Did you catch it? Mawdu' is fabricated. It's a fabricated report, literally created out of thin air. Munkar is rejected report. So, for example, if you see Hafs in the chain, it becomes automatically munkar. So, Hafs, Hafs, the main narrator of the Quran, if his name would be in the chain here, you should have immediately rejected. Munkar. It becomes munkar. Because Hafs is very rejected. And Mawdu' is simply completely fabricated report. Okay? So, but if it's weak, it's fully accepted. No issue with it. But Muslims lie to us.
Today's Muslim brother even reject Hassan, which is higher than weak.
Oh, Hassan, right? The scholars said Hassan is equal to Sahih. So I said, guys.
They even reject Hassan.
Yeah. So like I said, don't allow any Muslim, even if you bring da'if reports. I myself have an arsenal of enough authentic reports that I even don't care. I don't even care about playing the game with them anymore. So I go straight to the Sahih reports. But even if they are da'if, they know, deep in their hearts, they know they cannot reject it. But it's a game. It's a way of winning an argument over a Christian. Because imagine if you get humbled by a Christian and muzzled by a Christian during a debate. If he brings us up da'if reports that you actually have to accept. But I have to win the argument anyway. It's all about winning an argument for them. They don't care about the truth at this point, as you noticed. Let's continue. To give you an idea of a mursal chain that is fully accepted according, for example, Ahmed ibn Hanbal and Imam Malik. Remember, Imam Malik said mursal of a trustworthy person is valid. So they give you ideas, examples. You're with me, right, guys? Examples from now on. An example of a mursal chain that is fully accepted, no issue with it. So don't allow any Muslim to trick you about the satanic verses if you bring a mursal chain of narration. Did you catch it? So it's a game, guys. For them, it's a game. Here is the link. What I'm about to give you. For example, الدر المنثور by the Imam al-Suyuti. So I'm giving you examples by جلال الدين السيوطي. المتوفى عام 911 in his famous تفسير called الدر المنثور في التفسير بالمأثور by Imam al-Suyuti. Page 527, for example. I can go to the previous pages as well, but I'm giving you only examples for now. I'm not even going to the fully authentic reports yet, because I have fully authentic reports too. I got you, everyone. This is why I keep telling you, fasten your seatbelts, don't go anywhere, invite more people. Tap the screen, smash that like button. Keep smashing the like button if you didn't already. Subscribe, follow me on all of my accounts. Tap, tap, tap. Don't forget about tapping, guys, and taking notes and clipping it. You get the idea. Page 527. For example, guys, here is an example on page 527 about the satanic verses. Here are the satanic verses mentioned. right? Inside a mursal sahih isnad. The chain of narration is mursal, notice, mursal sahih in chain. Mursal sahih in chain. This is an example. If you are a Hanbali, you follow the Hanbali madhab, you have to accept it. If you follow the Maliki, you have to accept it. If you follow Imam Abu Hanifa, you have to accept it. But remember, Shafi'i is among the view who set a couple of conditions. One of the conditions was it must be a successor who is among the elder of the successor. That was one of his criteria. So he was among the more difficult among the four, among the four scholars, right? Imam Shafi'i. He said more harder condition, right, for a mursal. But guess why it's mursal? Because here, this guy here, Abu Bakr bin Abd al-Rahman bin al-Harith, he did not mention here in the middle, he did not mention the name of the companion that he heard it from. So this is who? A tabi'i, a successor or student of a companion who did not include inside the chain who he heard it from among the companions of Muhammad. So we are missing a link. But because this is a trustworthy successor, it's not thrown out. Remember, if we go back to, for example, what Ahmad bin Hanbal said. Ahmad bin Hanbal said, for example, his view is that he accepts mursal as hujjah, as evidence, and even da'if. So this is even higher than a da'if report. So it's fully accepted. You're with me, right, guys? You're with me, right? You're taking notes, right, everyone? This is literally, this is on academic level. I'm not, guys, when I keep telling, this is science of hadith at this point that we're explaining. I remember the Muslim scholars said like 5 conditions for a report to become sahih. 5 conditions for a sahih report. But even if it's not fully sahih, it's not thrown out, it's fully accepted. So it's a game that they play with you, preying on your ignorance. So what I'm giving you is, guys, an example on page 527. If we go back to page 525, this is 2 pages earlier from the same book of Imam al-Suyuti. So I'm only giving you, examples for now of mursal chains, and also on the page we see another chain that is fully accepted, that became authentic actually. But watch. Page 525. Let me put it here. Page 525. So we showed you page 527. I skipped pages earlier, but I went back 2 pages earlier. Same chapter, the explanation for the Quran, the tafsir for the ayah, chapter 22, ayah 52, Surah Al-Hajj, where you find the abrogation of the satanic verses in it, right? Look, the first chain, here we have a chain that says, بِسَنَدٍ رِجَالُهُ ثِقَاتٍ. The chain of narration, its men are trustworthy. And we go down, here is another example of yes, it does say the chain of narration is sahih, but it's not sahih. Yes, guys. It says bisanadin sahih, that the isnad is sahih, but the hadith itself is not sahih, fully sahih, because it becomes again mursal. This chain is actually mursal, and I will explain why. This is a mursal sahih isnad. Imam al-Suyuti, for some reason, did not include the word mursal, but it's a mursal actually, sahih isnad. Why, your brother Reverson? Ask me why.
Why?
Because,
why is it mursal?
Why is it mursal? Because it says وأخرج ابن جرير وابن المنذر وابن أبي حاتم عن, next page 26. Page 26, 526, 526. So an. Oh, let me do this. So here it was left with وابن أبي حاتم بسند صحيح عن from سعيد bin Jubair قال. So Sa'id bin Jubair also, he is a very, very trustworthy successor, Sa'id bin Jubair, but he did not mention the name of who he heard it from, who he heard the report from. So he skips the name of a companion. No name mentioned of a companion. Sahabi or companion. Did you catch it? He did not include the name in the chain of where he heard it from. Or, there is a missing link. There is a gap. The name of a companion is not included. And I think it's missing the name of Ibn Abbas. So minus Ibn Abbas not mentioned. Did you catch it? Brother Everson, you're with me, right?
I am.
You're with me. Okay, so automatically it becomes mursal. But again, it's not thrown out because the chain of narration, it says sahih isnad. But it's mursal sahih isnad, just like the previous one. So if we go back, like this one, mursal sahih isnad. Just like Abu Bakr bin Abd al-Rahman bin al-Harith, he also fails to mention the name of the companion. The name of the companion, for example, Ibn Abbas, that he heard it from. But it's not thrown out, it's still accepted. Did you catch it? And I included the translation. Look about the satanic verses. Ibn Jarir, Ibn al-Mundhir, and Ibn Hatim. Ibn Abi Hatim, is it Ibn Abi Hatim? Let me go back. Ibn Abi Hatim.
Yes.
Ibn Abi Hatim, I forgot Ibn Abi to include Ibn Abi, forgive me. Ibn Abi, so let me put it there. Ibn Abi Hatim, okay, reported with a sahih isnad, but it's not sahih completely. It's mursal sahih isnad from Sa'id bin Jubair. So here, Sa'id bin Jubair is the successor. He's not a companion, but he did not include, or between him and, for example, the Muhammad, for example, we are missing the name of the companion. So automatically it becomes mursal. Mursal sahih al-isnad. Okay? So as you see, Imam Suyuti should have done it better. So I'm actually fixing what Imam Suyuti did not do. Right, the reversion at this point? I'm literally becoming like a muhaddith at this point. And we've had muhaddith, call it whatever you want to call it. I'm literally teaching science of hadith at this point. Did you know this? And Muslims love to call us low tiers. Rob, you're still a low tier though, Rob. We are teaching us. We don't know much, but you're still a low tier, Rob.
Emotional, damn it.
Can you read the translation, Brother Reverson, so that the people can get an idea?
Yes. It says, the Messenger of Allah read in Mecca, Surah An-Najm, which is chapter 53. When he reached this part, have you seen Allat, Al-Uzza, and the other Manat, the third? Satan cast on his tongue. These are the three high cranes, i.e. Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. They, i.e. Quraysh, said, Muhammad did not mention our idols positively until today. Muhammad did sujood, i.e. prostration to the idols, and they said, and they prostrated with them.
So Muhammad done the act of shirk, the act of worship, which is prostration to Allat, Al-Uzza wal-Manat, the high cranes, the Gharaniq, the bird idols, the female goddesses of Mecca, and he commits shirk in the process. Muslims will go crazy over this, and of course, if they love their prophet, if they are layman Muslims, they will throw it away immediately. They will say, it's life, cannot accept, my mind cannot grasp this, that Muhammad did this. But Habibi, where do you want to go? I caught you with your tail between my hands. Yes, it's mursal, but remember, if we go back to the science of hadith, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, don't forget what the scholars have said. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal said, He accepts mursal and other even da'if reports. He doesn't reject them if nothing opposing them is found regarding a particular issue. And what he did reject was severely weak, i.e. batil, munkar, and mawdu' reports only. He accepted even weak. But this is higher than weak. This is mursal sahih. This is what? Mursal sahih, as I explained. Mursal sahih al-isnad. So it's very, very fully accepted. And again, for the people who are slow, I'm talking about the Muslims, fully accepted report. Don't throw it out. Don't act like a goofball with me, Muslims. That's not going to work with someone like me. Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. So when Muslims play the game of da'if, sahih, it's nothing but a game. But if they did their homework, they know why people like Ibn Taymiyyah said what he said, that the Satanic verses incident was a true, authentic story. That's the view of Ibn Taymiyyah, for example. And that's the view of Ibn Hajar. It's authentic. Incident. Fact. Historical incident. Call it whatever you want to call it. Right? The Satanic verses is a true, historical, authentic fact that happened in the life of Muhammad. Facts, boy. It's a fact, boy. Zutted, boy. You're zutted, boy. You're finished. Wallahi, wallahi, you're finished. Ya Rasulullah. You prophet of Satan for 12 long years. And on top of that, we didn't even go to the black magic spell incident that happened to Muhammad for 6 months too. Is this good or what until now, guys? Is this good or what? So these are the mursal reports. I didn't even go to the authentic reports yet. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. Aywa. Now here comes the boom. Here comes the boom. If this is not already on itself proof enough, brother Reverse, and you're with me, right? Here is a fully authentic. Let me make it as big as possible. Sahih report on the screen. I provided the chain. Can you read the chain, brother, on the left? So we have the on top. It says Riwayah 43. Yes. So what happens is, brother, there's a scholar called Shihab, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, hold on. What is his name? Forgive me. Hold on. Before I show you this, let me look up his name. His name is this guy here. Let me open his book, actually. So you can see that I didn't need to invent the wheel all over again. Shahab Ahmad. I hope I'm not butchering his name. Shahab Ahmad, in his book here called Before Orthodoxy. Do I have the link for you guys? Yes, I have. I have even the link for you for free. For free. This amazing scholar, this amazing scholar did the homework for me. He already did the homework for me, and he invented the wheel already, so I don't need to reinvent it all over again. Shahab Ahmad wrote this book called it Before Orthodoxy, the Satanic Verses in Early Islam. And he included 50 different reports or riwayat about the Satanic Verses. 1 all the way to 50. 50 different reports. So I'm cherry picking which report I like. Brother, reverse it. I'm cherry picking, and I was like, I'm not going to mention all of the 50 reports because we need like 10 days to finish the live stream. Let me
I found the working link because that one didn't work.
Didn't work? Oh, that must be then an old link. Can you drop the new link? Forgive me for the one that is not working. Forgive me, guys. That's a working link like there. Thank you very much, Brother Reverser. That's a working link right there.
Let's
sometimes chains go bankrupt. They don't stop working. So we need to also now and then find new links that are working. Thank you for that, Brother Reversion. You see, guys, how awesome our admins are? Keep them in your praise, please. All right, so I chose report or riwayah 43. Riwayah or report 43. Let me make it big. Do you see it? It says 43, right, Brother Reversion?
Yes.
And you can find it, if I'm not mistaken, he starts to talk about it on page 217-ish. So start reading from around the page 217-ish. Okay? That's where you need to start reading from on this page. So this riwayah, this report, contains a chain. The chain of narration is on the screen. And as you noticed, not only did I include here the chain of narration that is Sahih al-Isnad, fully Sahih, all the way to who? Ibn Abbas. You see here? Sa'id ibn Jubair did not fail to include the name of the companion. So automatically it becomes what? Brother Reversion? A Sahih Hadith. Not even Sahih Isnad, but Sahih Hadith. Next level. The most highest grading, right? Which is Sahih Hadith. Muslims will tell you it becomes equal like Bukhari. i.e. like Bukhari.
Just for the people, brother, it starts on page 231 inside the PDF.
Okay, 31.
Like
Thank
the
you.
actual the page. Yeah.
Beautiful. So start reading from page 231, guys. I thought it was so I'm doing it out of my head. I said 217, but actually it's more close to it. Exactly. That's where you find the riwayah being mentioned. So look, guys. Now, Brother Reversion, the chain is already on top, and you see I also put here underneath, I put the name of the narrators inside the chain. For example, Yusuf bin Hamad al-Basri. I also included Umayyah bin Khalid al-Basri. I included Shu'bah bin al-Hajjaj, Abu Bishr Ja'far bin Abi Wahshiyah, and last but not least, Sa'id bin Jubair. And then, boom, in the end, the companion himself, the Ibn Abbas, the cousin of the Prophet. So what does it make it? A connected Sahih Hadith. Connected. The highest form of grading. Connected Sahih Hadith. This is the Hadith that Muslims cry about always. I need a Sahih Hadith. So guys, do you see what the game that they play? They now, when Rob Christian comes out to play, there is no Sahih and Da'if game anymore. You know, if we even put the Mursal Hadiths that we explained that are fully accepted on the side, here we have the Sahih, the highest grading. The Sahih. You see, this, of course, for what? The Satanic verses, Brother Reverse. You're with me, right, everyone? You're with me, right? You see why my live streams are so damaging and Muslims try to, avoid me like a plague, because my live streams are damaging. Academically damaging. Now, let us go to the books where we find this report in it, this chain in it. In Musnad al-Bazzar. Musnad who? Al-Bazzar. Called also Al-Bahr al-Saghar, i.e. Musnad al-Bazzar. Here is the link for the book, volume 11, where that contains, on the page where that contains this chain that you see on the screen. Fully connected Sahih Hadith, fully connected Sahih report. Look, volume 11. The link is working, right, Brother Reverson? I hope it's working.
It is working, yes.
Now watch this, guys. Watch this. Page 296. Page, boy. That's the page, boy. Let me tell you something. Page 296, brother. You're finished, boy. We scroll up. Report number. Also, let me give you the report number. 5096. Mushrik Prophet incoming. Mushrik. Let's read, Brother Reverson. Here is the chain. The same chain that we discussed earlier, that is very, 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 very authentic. Sahih Hadith. Yeah. The highest form of grading. Let's read.
You want me to read English?
Read everything.
From
Read,
Yusuf.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, we will read the Arabic then first.
No,
Let's go.
read
حدثنا
English.
يوسف
It's okay, you know. Here's the chain. Sorry. You do what you
from
got. Do
Yusuf
what you do. Do it anyway. Including the chain, please.
حدثنا يوسف بن حماد قال عن أمية بن خالد قال عن شعبة عن أبي بشر عن سعيد بن جبير عن ابن عباس.
So we have a connected
فيما
chain, right?
Yes, fully with the companion.
So
Ibn
here
Abbas,
we have
obviously.
the successor of the companion, and here is the companion, the cousin of the Prophet, the Ibn Abbas, which makes it what? Fully connected.
Fully authentic,
Fully connected. No gaps. No gaps. Yeah.
The line highlighted on the bottom says فجر على لسانه تلك الغرانيق العلا الشفاعة منها ترتجى.
أيوة.
Translation. It says from Yusuf bin Hamad, from Umayyah bin Khalid, from Shu'bah, from the Prophet was in Mecca. So he recited Surah An-Najm, which is chapter 53, till he reached, have you considered Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, the third one. Satan cast on his tongue, there are exalted cranes, i.e. Gharaniq, Al-Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for.
In the green, guys, are the two satanic verses, right? From Satan. Satan cast on his tongue, on the tongue of who? Oh, I put twice tongue? Oh, sorry. Here a typo.
Yes.
Sorry for that. I need to fix it. Satan cast on his tongue. These are the exalted cranes, i.e. Al-Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. Sorry with the typo, guys. I was too passionate, clearly, when I was writing the English translation. It's okay. Mistakes can happen, but it's okay. So you see, guys, fully authentic chain, sahih. No gaps, no nothing, fully accepted, including the student and the companion. So the successor of the companion and the companion. No gaps, no missing links, fully authentic hadith. The highest grade, we see that Satan put on the tongue of Muhammad, these are the exalted cranes and their intercession is hoped for. تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهن ترتجى وتلك الغرانيق العلا الشفاعة منها ترتجى. You catch it? That's the satanic verses 1 and 2. Two satanic verses from Satan. Oops, Muslims, what are you going to do? You're going to throw it away? And the same report is also mentioned in مجمع الزوائد ومنبع الفوائد. مجمع الزوائد ومنبع الفوائد. Very old copy, as you noticed. Turned even yellow. Very old writing material. Volume 7 by the Imam al-Hafiz al-Haythami. Look. With the stamp. You see the stamp? And everything here written with some pencil on it. Volume 7. You get the idea. Zooming in, zooming out. Okay. I gave you the link. Here's the link one more time. All right. Volume 7. Same report. Page 115. What Imam al-Haythami did, brother Reverson, if you know Arabic, here's the Arabic on top. You can read it. Imam al-Haythami did not include the entire chain. He only mentioned the successor, Sa'id bin Jubair, and Ibn Abbas, as you noticed. Yes. So read it, and we're going to go, of course, also to the translation.
It says, قوله تعالى أفرأيتم اللات والعزى عن ابن عباس فيما يحسب سعيد بن جبير أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان بمكة فقرأ سورة النجم حتى انتهى إلى أفرأيتم اللات والعزى ومناة الثالثة الأخرى فجرى على لسانه تلك الغرانيق العلا الشفاعة منهم ترتجى.
أيوة الشفاعة منهم ترتجى. These are the crane idols, al-gharaniq, the exalted crane idols, and the intercession is hoped from them. Satanic verses, the verses of Satan. And look what it says here. So here is my English translation as well. So here is the Arabic. And you see I put some highlights. Everything is included. So don't worry, be happy. Page 115, volume 7. Read it, brother. English translation?
Yeah. We will read the first one and then we'll read the second one. From Ibn Abbas, the Prophet was in Mecca, so he recited Surah Al-Najm. This is chapter 53. When he reached, have you considered Allat, Al-Uzza, Al-Manat, the third one? Satan cast on his tongue. These are the exalted cranes, i.e. Al-Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. The second part in Arabic above says, وَرِجَالِهُمَا رِجَالُ الصَّحِيحِ
Stop.
وَقَدْ تَقَدَّمَ.
Stop, brother.
Yeah.
So when we have رجالهما رجال الصحيح, that means these are the same men that you can find in Bukhari reports in the chain, right? These are the same as Sahih, meaning Bukhari. Continue.
And then it says وقد تقدم حديث مرسل في سورة الحج أطول من هذا ولكنه ضعيف الإسناد.
ولكنه
And
ضعيف
another
الإسناد.
mursal hadith. Yeah. Another mursal hadith was mentioned for Surah Al-Hajj longer than this one, but that one is weak in chain.
So what Imam Al-Haythami says, Imam Al-Hafiz Al-Haythami says is, not this report that we read here on top. This report is fully authentic. No issue with it, right? It doesn't miss any link, any gap, no missing links in the chain. But another hadith was brought, another mursal hadith was brought. So he's talking about a totally different report, totally different chain, was mentioned for the same chapter, Surah Al-Hajj, which is chapter 22, longer than this one above. But that other one, that one is weak in chain. But this one is Sahih. Sahih. The other one is weak. So, wow, we have two different scholars reporting the same authentic hadith about the Gharaniq, about the satanic verses, the bird idols of Mecca. Did you catch it? This report, this happened before or after? If we have to only go at the numbers, we have to conclude that this happened after, because the incident of Al-Zut happened in chapter 46. In chapter 53, we have the satanic verses. So Muhammad was first Zutut. If we have to go by the logic of the numbering system, then Satan zutted him one more time with the satanic verses. First, he jumped on his back and started to ride him. Dirgan, keep riding him. And then later, if that one wasn't enough, he also put the satanic verses on his tongue. Beautiful. Satan is very powerful in Islam, guys. Satan can overthrow Muhammad, ride him, put satanic verses on him, on his tongue. You get the idea. Giddy up, boy. Dirgan. Hee-haw, all night long. Yeah. So, book number 1, Musnad al-Bazzar and Al-Haythami. Here is another riwayah. Riwayah number 44. On which page can they find riwayah 44, brother? In the book of...
This will be right after.
Right after, right?
It will be right after.
Yeah, so
31, yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it will be 34, 234, 235, etc. Yeah.
I can check it.
Yeah. All right. So this is another different riwayah that's even more strengthened than the previous one. It's actually a similar one, but we have 2 extra scholars or narrators included. This one here, plus 1. Al-Hussein bin Ishaq al-Tustari and Abdan bin Ahmad included above the previous one. Look, and all of them, so if we go through all the names, generally considered reliable. Abdan is a reliable transmitter, known as a hadith narrator. Yusuf bin Hamad al-Basri, generally considered trustworthy. Umayyah bin Khalid al-Basri, trustworthy. Shu'bah bin al-Hajjaj al-Basri, one of the greatest imams of hadith, universally by all Muslims accepted as thiqah, as trustworthy and exceptionally careful in narration. Very, 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 very accepted narrator. Abu Bishr Ja'far bin Abi Wahshi al-Basri al-Wasiti, trustworthy, ثقة, narrated by al-Bukhari and Muslim. So Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim included him inside their reports, inside their chains. Sa'id bin Jubair al-Kufi, one of the foremost tabi'un, so this is a successor. And then last but not least, Habr al-Ummah wa Turjuman al-Quran himself, the scholar of the Ummah, the ink of the Ummah, and the translator of the Quran himself, the companion, the cousin of the Prophet. So we have a fully connected, strong chain for the second time. I mean, you can't make this up. So when Muslims lie, guys, about the satanic verses, they are willing to throw their own mothers under the bus and lie about the incident that is very, very historical and connected and authentic. Do you now understand why people like Ibn Taymiyyah believed, I believe in you? Ibn Taymiyyah said, O Prophet that was zutted, I believe in you. I do believe that you became a prophet of Satan for 8 long years. And then Allah decided to do the abrogation 8 years after in Medina in the year 622. But for 8 long years, you and your companions were reciting the ayahs of Satan, brother, in chapter 53, brother. Yeah. I believe in you. Do you understand why? And of course, guys, the Muslims will leave out these very authentic riwayat that are fully accepted. They will not even dare to put them on their lips when we bring up the topic of the satanic verses. They will not even mention them. Is there any Muslim who would dare to come up so I can zut you, just like the Prophet was zutted today? I will jump on your back and I will zut you. I promise you that. So make sure if you come up, I will ride you like the Zut rode the Prophet. Not, in a Zut sense, but I'm going to ride you academically. Okay, brother? Don't get me wrong. Don't put words in my mouth.
I was about to say.
Not in a Zut sense, guys, okay? Not like what the Zut did to Muhammad. Yeah. What I will do is academically Zut you. We have a Muslim, Murad. Okay, we have Murad. Murad wants to come up. Come up, Murad. Hello?
أنانيكم مك يا ابن صاحبة.
يا ابن شو؟ عايشة شو؟
يا ابن الشرموطة.
ليش عم تغلط؟ بس
لأنك
فهمني ليش
تسب الرسول.
شلون أنا سبيت
لا تسب الرسول.
Hold on. Murad, hold on. Slow down, Murad. How did I insult the Prophet? Unmute. How did I insult the Prophet? Guys, he's insulting me and my mom and everything. Oh, he dropped down already. يخرب بيتك, why did you run? Why did you run? I want to have a conversation. He ran.
قرأ علي القرآن الكريم.
ريفرس. هلا انت قاري بالقرآن ولا لا؟ اليوم قاري بالقرآن؟ قاري يوميا. ايوه. انا كمان قاري جدا في القرآن. Muslims, why are you so angry when we only are reading your sources and we prove to you that the chain of narration for the satanic verses is fully connected and fully authentic? Why are you so angry? I'm teaching you for free and you're angry with me for reading your books? How does that work, guys? How does that work? I'm only reading. And they're angry, guys. So, guys, let us show you also this riwayah number 44, with this chain that is fully authentic, fully sahih chain, connected. Why connected, Rob? Because Sa'id bin Jubair is here, the student of the companion, and the companion Ibn Abbas, which it makes it what? Connected, sahih, the highest form of sahih grading, sahih hadith. Very authentic. You're finished, boy. Very authentic. Reading, that means, guys, when you read Islamic books, guys, that means an insult for them. When a kafir reads Islamic books, it's already an insult. So that's why they consider it an insult. Reading is an insult in Islam, guys. If reading is an insult, why don't you shred your books and burn them, just like Caliph Uthman burned the original Qurans? Do us all a favor and burn your books so that we can't read them. But hold on, I already have the books. You can't burn them anymore. What is on the internet cannot be unseen, brother. What is already exposed on the internet, brother, cannot be unseen anymore. So we have already access to it. Ooh, here is. So what we're going now to do is explain what we just established, that the chain is very strong, very authentic, no issue with it. And of course, the report to back it up. In المعجم الكبير لإمام الطبراني, volume 12. And here's the link. One more time. You're with me, right, guys? You're with me, right? You're with me, right? Everybody, you're with me, right? All right. Page 53. Page 53. Look, all the way in the bottom, page 53. By the way, the app is not crashing anymore, brother Reverse, so that means it's working.
Yeah.
It's good.
You got any more issues, plumbing, something around the house?
It's all good.
Got a job?
Yeah, maybe some hummus and falafel for the Muslims who are going to come, so that we can zut them together, brother. You provide the hummus and you provide the falafel, and then we are going to zut them with knowledge.
I'll stay in the circle, brother.
Stay in the circle watching, brother. Yalla. Here is report 12,000. So let me type it out so you can get the full information. 12,450. That's the report number, hadith number. 12,450. Let's read, brother Reverson.
Yes. It says from Ibn Abbas, the Prophet recited Surah Al-Najm. When he reached, have you considered Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, the third one? Satan cast on his tongue. These are the exalted cranes, i.e. the Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. So, when he prostrated, the Muslims and the pagans prostrated as well.
In this report, it goes even further. Why? Because here Muhammad becomes a mushrik, shirky prophet. Mushrik. خربيتك. What did you do? No, Ya Rasul. Ulala, Ya Rasulallah. What did you do? You just did the act of worship. You did the sujood. You did the prostration to the idols of Mecca, the bird idols, the female goddesses. Here the Prophet does the act of shirk, prostrating to the Allat, Al-Uzza, Al-Manat, including the Muslims, because whatever Muhammad does, the Muslims will do. And so did the pagans who also prostrated to the idols. So that day, brother Reverson, that day, all of the people who were present became again pagans. Ali, Abu Bakr, Ibn Mas'ud, all of them, all the early Muslims, all of them.
All the Salaf.
Oh, brother. The Salaf who were still in Mecca. We're talking about in Mecca before the migration, right? So Aisha was not born yet. Baby Aisha was not born yet. She did not come out of her mother womb yet. Okay. Look, and here is the Arabic, of course, with the chain, everything. So the chain that I mentioned earlier, fully connected all the way, look, all the way to Ibn Abbas. Boom.
I'll read the Arabic just for the last part, if you don't mind, brother. Yeah. Whatever is highlighted says, ألقى الشيطان على لسانه تلك الغرانيق العلا وشفاعتهن لترتجى فلما سجد المسلمون والمشركون.
Do you see the Rob?
I think everyone understood.
Sorry, brother?
I think everyone understood what mushrikun are, right? From shirk.
Yeah. Shirk. So Muhammad became a mushrik like the mushrikun, because he does the act of sujood here. Here's the word sajada. Literally, Muhammad did sujood. Sajada. Ar-Rasul. The Prophet, the Messenger, did the act of prostration, which is shirk, because he worshipped the idol. He prostrated to the idol. So when you prostrate to the idols, you're worshipping them. You are a pagan. So the Prophet became a pagan all over again. What happened, Ya Rasulullah? Okay, maybe Muhammad did not drink enough camel juice that day and he decided to become a pagan all over again. Ma nadri. But remember, after the shirky prophet, Jibril again came and he said, what did you do, Ya Rasulullah? What did you do? So who are the real mushrikun? Muhammad and his followers, not the Christians. We worship the real God of the Bible, Jesus Christ. Alhamdulillah Jesus. Alhamdulillah Jesus, brother. Muslims, why are you following Muhammad, the pagan prophet? Remember, Muhammad is receiving wahi, yet he bows down and he prostrates to Allah al-Uzza wal-Manat. So you see, guys, the illustration that our admins, and again, a shout out to brother Chad GPT, brother Chad with a D, GPT, he created this for us. You see, guys, this is exactly what happened in Mecca. And you see here we have the Sahaba and the pagans are watching, the companions are watching what Muhammad, every step Muhammad takes. This is what the Prophet literally did in front of Allah al-Uzza wal-Manat. Do you see, guys, why our live shows are so damaging? Because we go deep in the material. And then again, I want to give a huge shout out also to brother Sam Shamoun for saying what he said about me 5 days ago. If he's listening, I'm not sure if my message will reach him. A huge shout out to brother Sam Shamoun for saying that I'm the number one, and he even placed me higher than brother CP. I don't know why. I'm not the one who said it. He said it. It's his view. It's his opinion. He placed me even higher than CP when it comes to exposing Islam. But he put brother Ahmed ex-Muslim and sister DUC higher than me. Why? Because they are ex-Muslims, because they have a Muslim background, right? I don't have a Muslim background. And I am okay with that. I mean, sister DUC and brother Ahmed ex-Muslim are amazing people, But he's talking about ex-Muslim. But when it comes to the Christians who are born in a Christian family, he placed me as one. But for me, brother, there's too much, bro. Don't put me on a pedestal, please, brother Sam. I love you. I appreciate it, brother. I love you. And for me, to be honest with you, the best Christian apologist on this planet is Sam Shamoun. No one even comes clear to or even close to him when it comes to his wisdom and courage. And anyway, you get the idea, right, guys? It's okay, guys. Please, again, pray for all the warriors. Who cares about numbers and who cares about who is higher than who? In the end, may the Lord bless all the warriors, keep them all safe. Pray for all the warriors. In the end, we are all one body, one team under the feet of Christ, right? Love all of us equally as we love you guys. You are our brothers and sisters. Pray for us equally. Pray for all of us. We need your prayers. I'm always in desperate need of prayers. Pray for my shortcomings as well. Pray for our admins, our beautiful, amazing, epic admins. Are working very hard always. Don't get me wrong, please. Don't put words in my mouth. Every warrior, every Christian has his own set of skills. All right. That's the Satanic verses in a nutshell, guys. You see? And here is another book, last but not least, for the same riwayah, brother Reverson. So we're talking about riwayah 44. Yeah. Another book, yes. So that's book number 1, Al-Mu'jam al-Kabir by Imam al-Tabarani. But the same narration, same chain, is also mentioned in another book called Al-Ahadith al-Mukhtara. Let me give you this book as well. Al-Ahadith al-Mukhtara. Al-Ahadith al-Mukhtara. Volume 10 by Dihya Din al-Maqdisi, Sunni scholar, of course. Page 89, as you see all the way on top, you see page 89 in the Arabic. Here is the Arabic, and here I also put from newbook.com, I left the page number there for you to see. Report or Hadith 84, that's the report or the Hadith number. Again, with the perfect chain of narration, no issue with it. No issue with it. all the way to Ibn Abbas. Here is Ibn Abbas connected with his student Sa'id bin Jubair. So we have a connected chain, and again the same that we read earlier, sajada wa sajadu al-muslimun wal-mushrikun. Let's read it. And you see here it says the men in the chain are all trustworthy. Huh. So
Yeah.
no issue.
رجاله ثقات.
Yep.
84.
Let's read.
It says from Ibn Abbas, the Prophet recited An-Najm when he reached, have you considered Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, the third one? Satan cast on his tongue. These are the exalted cranes, the Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. So when he reached the last part, he prostrated, and the Muslims and the polytheists prostrated too.
What did Muhammad do, brother Reverson? He did shirky.
He prostrated.
Oh, the Prophet
And so did
committed
the other
shirk.
Muslims.
And the Muslims prostrated. And the polytheists prostrated. I mean, what's left? Guys, can you send this donkey on his merry way? This devil worshipper? Can you send him on his merry way? I think our admins are sleeping. Admins, are you sleeping, guys? We have a Satanist. Can you send him on his merry way in the chat? I don't tolerate such evil, demonic words in my chat. Send him on his merry way. You know who I talk about, right, guys? All right. Thank you very much. Send him on his merry way. Yalla. So, you see, guys, even the demons, because Satan, this is Satan, loves his prophet Muhammad. Satan, aka Allah, who comes in many shapes and forms, playing good cop, bad cop with Muhammad often. He pretends to be Jibreel sometimes. He pretends to be Satan, coming with his real shape sometimes, like Al-Abyad. This is why the demons, the demonic spirits who are in the chat, they love Islam because, why are they literally triggered here in the chat? You see, guys, Muslims and the Satanists are in one boat, in the same boat. Same bed.
I think that was Al-Abyad.
Yeah, that was Al-Abyad, the guy. Al-Abyad, brother.
We're exposing him.
Satan Al-Abyad. So in a nutshell, guys, you get now you're now fully equipped. Make sure to rewatch the live stream. We explained how Mursal Ahadith work, that they love to throw under the bus. We explained to you that you cannot even reject them if you follow the four madhab. Only Imam al-Shafi'i said some conditions, but the rest of the scholars, like Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, like Imam Malik, Imam Abu Hanifa, they fully accepted Mursal reports. Right? On top of that, we showed you not one, but two different authentic riwayat reports. Number one, fully connected, fully authentic, chain of narration, no issue with it. Fully connected, authentic report about the satanic verses, that's one. And we showed you a second one, riwayah number 44. Fully connected, authentic, no issue with it, connected chain, all the way to Ibn Abbas. Fully strong, authentic report. We have the student and Ibn Abbas. No gaps, no missing links, fully connected, authentic, sahih report. What can I do more than this, brother Iverson?
Nothing. We provide the sources and everything, and even taught how you can refute any claim a Muslim can come up with to reject these hadith.
Yep. So in a nutshell,
The best package.
when Al-Albani, a couple of years ago, Al-Albani wrote a book, he literally lied. He lied about the reports in his book, brother. Yet he contradicted himself. Look what he says. Sheikh Al-Albani, guys, wrote a book called, what is his book again? نصب المجانيق لنص قصة الغرانيق. Yeah, نصب المجانيق لنص قصة الغرانيق. And he tried to basically debunk all of these, but he failed miserably because Rob Christian appeared here today in 2026 and buried all of his claims in his book. So this is his book, and he tried to debunk all of these narrations, and he failed miserably. Actually, Muslims say that he did succeed. No, he did not. And look what Sheikh Al-Albani does. This is Sheikh Al-Albani, guys, for the people who don't know how he looks like. This is Sheikh Al-Albani, the deceiver himself, who often also is criticized by other Sunni Muslims for often downgrading or upgrading certain reports. Some reports he made it daif, other he made it sahih, and vice versa. Look what he said in one of his other books to debunk himself about the satanic versus brotherly verse. And this is funny. Let me give you this book. In this book, on the screen, by Sheikh Al-Albani himself, in his Sahih, As-Sira Nabawiyya, what he did, brother Reverson and the people are listening, he took the Sira of Ibn Kathir and he removed he only included the authentic reports in it. He removed the daif reports. That's what Sheikh Al-Albani often loved to do. Taking books, removing daif, and he kept Sahih. I don't know why, because remember, daif reports are not thrown out. But anyway, what can we expect?
So
On
he's
page-
just an editor.
Yeah, he's an editor. By the way, they call him a sheikh. Did you know that he never graduated from any Islamic university? He's a self-proclaimed sheikh.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Look, on page 206, let's read what he said about the satanic verses. Read the Arabic, and then we're going to read the English too.
It says وذكروا قصة الغرانيق وقد أحببنا الإضراب عن ذكرها صفحا لئلا يسمعها من لا يضعها على مواضعها إلا أن أصل القصة في الصحيح. The origin of the story is in al-Sahih.
يخرب بيتك.
So they don't want to mention it, i.e. hide it so nobody hears about it because it is Sahih and it's embarrassing.
Now, what is he referring to, you might ask? What did he mean with as-sahih? What did Sheikh Al-Albani say when he said the origin of the story of the Gharaniq, the authentic Gharaniq, the satanic verses, is in as-sahih? What do you think, brother Iverson, is he referring to? Take a wild guess.
He must be referring to the chain, right?
He's referring to Sahih al-Bukhari. Whenever you see something called as-sahih in that specific wording, it's always referring to Sahih al-Bukhari collection. When you read as-sahihain, it's referring to both Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari. Did you catch it? So he's referring to Bukhari on the screen. Much. You're with me, right, guys? I'm going to show you how Muslims deceive. Deception 101 incoming. Are you taking notes? Everybody, your phones, your cameras out. Smash the like button, tap the screen, subscribe, share. Notepads, screenshots, ready? Take a screenshot of the book, the scanned version of Bukhari. So this is the actual scanned version of Bukhari by Darus Salam, volume 6. Taqiyya alert incoming. Brother Everson, in one of our live shows, we already exposed their lies and deception when they translate Bukhari.
Yes.
Remember this page 220?
The same volume about the,
What do
Not
we see here?
translated.
Just look, guys. Everybody just look at the page. What are you seeing? Something fishy going on, but what do you see? What do you
there's
see?
no English.
There is no English on the left here, right? Uh-oh. Why? Why is there blank? Half of the page is blank. Why? No English? Imagine, Brother Everson, you buy this entire collection. Remember, it's a multi-volume collection. You buy it in the bookstore. Let's say you go to an Islamic bookstore, you buy the entire collection for $1,000. You're left with what? Blank page. What happens if you're an Indonesian Muslim, you're a Malay from, an non-Arabic speaking Muslim, you're from Pakistan, you're from Afghanistan, you are dependent on English. What are you going to do? Read an empty page?
You skip over it.
You skip over it, exactly. You don't know what, who cares about the Arabic? So on page 220, volume 6, Kitab al-Tafsir, volume 6, page 220, the book of commentary, book number 65, page 220, we scroll down, we see here an empty page about the satanic verses. Why? يخرب بيتكم. At least translate. So let me not only play as a muhaqqiq today, not only let me play as an academic teacher today, but I will also play as a translator today. I have multiple jobs. It's not enough to, expose this man-made cult, but I have to also become a translator for the Muslims. Muslims, thank me. Don't insult me. Don't insult my entire household. Thank me for helping you. Let's read Brother Reverson and then read English too. Why they hide it.
Yeah.
Let's see why they hide the English.
وقال ابن عباس في إذا تمنى ألقى الشيطان في أمنيته إذا حدث ألقى الشيطان في حديثه فيبطل الله ما يلقي الشيطان ويحكم آياته ويقال أمنيته قراءته. Ibn Abbas said, this is for chapter 22, verse 52, Satan casts in his speech, then Allah abrogates what Satan casts. His umniya is his qira'ah, i.e. reading of Muhammad from Satan.
Do you
Amazing.
see why they did not care to translate it? Because if you are an Indonesian Muslim brother, or you're a Pakistani or an Afghanistani, and you see this in Bukhari, you will go nuts. You'll say, what? Even in Bukhari, the satanic verses are there mentioned? Yes, but they don't translate it. يخرب بيتكم. A good day to leave Islam, my Muslim friends. If you care about your soul, if you care about it's a good day to leave Islam. Become an apostate. Muslims, I have an advice for you. All jokes aside, I don't hate you, I love you. I don't want you to die in your sins, Muslims. There's still enough time for you. Put your tail between your legs and run. Run from Islam. Drop Muhammad and run. It's time to wake up from your Islamic matrix. Run, because the Muslim imams, your imams are lying and deceiving you. They are lying and deceiving you. DJ Pepper, do you want me to block you, brother? Why are you talking about Solomon? Brother, focus, man. We have a topic. Focus. Why are you guys... Come on, bro. And didn't I tell you? Guys, give DJ Pep Mar a timeout of 5 minutes. I told you to not use such language, my friend. Are you okay, bro? 5-minute timeout. Cool off, bro. Come on, no such language. Don't use that word, man. Cool down, boy. Cool down. When you cool down, you're welcome again to come back. Cool down. All right. You see, guys? Do you see why they deceive people? They want Muslims to stay Muslims by not translating. They keep it blank. They kept it blank. Look, this is the original, and this is Rob Christian version with the translation. Original, blank, no text, and here is Rob Christian's translation. So Muslims, you should thank me. Thank me for helping you, because your imams, your scholars, your translators are deceiving you. They don't include the English translation. Why? Ask yourself why. The entire page is blank. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? Now, if we go back to, so we're still in Bukhari, Brother Reverson, right?
Yes.
We're still in Bukhari. Let me also find the other narration. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, look. Brother Reverse, and remember when we showed the previous hadith, so here's Bukhari 1071. Remember, if I go back a little bit, look, when I showed you the report of who? Shaykh al-Albani. Shaykh al-Albani is referring to the collection of Bukhari, right? The origin of this story is in as-Sahih. He's talking about what we read earlier and also this report. Read it, brother.
It says the Prophet, Sahih al-Bukhari 1071, it says the Prophet, I prostrated while reciting an-Najm, and with him prostrated the Muslims, the pagans, the jinns, and all human beings.
What did we just establish, brother? Why am I showing this?
Everyone on earth is mushrik.
No. What I'm trying to, yeah, also that.
Essence.
Oh my Lord have mercy. But you see how the reports are all connected? Look, focus, everyone. Why am I showing this? Because Muslims love to go to this report and only this report to supposedly refute us, but it's actually helping us. It doesn't refute us. Why? Let's read it in a correct way. According to the eyewitness, the companion Ibn Abbas, he says, the Prophet prostrated. Here's an, I don't know why they put I, it's a typo. The Prophet prostrated while reciting an-Najm, and with him prostrated the Muslims, the pagans, the jinns, and all human beings. Now, question, Brother Reverson. Why would the pagans prostrate if they are not Muslims? Enlighten me, please.
Because he most likely prostrated to idols or their deity.
No, hold on. Don't remove the most likely. Remove the most likely and say it one more time.
Because he prostrated to their deity.
To
what
their
they
deities,
worship.
the three female idols, right?
Deities, yes.
So it makes sense when Muhammad prostrated after reciting Surah An-Najm chapter 53, receiving the satanic verses. The Muslims prostrate, they're following Muhammad. And the pagans, why would the pagans prostrate? Because they are seeing that Muhammad is prostrating to their idols. That's why they are prostrating. Did you catch it? And so did the demons, their demons, the jinn. And so did all humans. It doesn't make sense. I mean, what Christians would prostrate? This is a big fat lie about the rest of the humans on earth, right?
And why would the jinns prostrate?
Yeah, because they love Satan, aka in the shape of the idols.
Their father.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense for the pagans, guys. The essential part is the pagans. So if we go back and use our brains, like the Muslims who cannot connect the dots, but we can. If we go back to the previous authentic reports that I mentioned, go back, for example, this one. Look, again, it says here, so when Muhammad, after reciting the satanic verses, verse 1 and verse 2, the satanic verses, al-Gharaniq, what did he do then? Second step. So when he reached the last part, meaning the last part of chapter 53, he finished the entire chapter reading it or reciting it. He then prostrated. The Muslims and the pagans prostrated too. Do you see how to connect the dots? Remember, here it says pagans. They did it too. Well, the Muslims did. And Muhammad did. Do you see how everything is connected? So Bukhari, the report in Bukhari does not refute anything. It actually helps our cause in proving that Muhammad became a mushrik when he prostrated to Allat, Al-Uzza, Wal-Manat, to the three bird idols of Arabia. Muslims really think, guys, when you go to Hadith, Bukhari Hadith 1071, that it refutes the satanic verses. Actually not. It connects it. It makes it even more clear. It backs us up in refuting your false demonic pagan prophet who prostrated to Allat, Al-Uzza, Wal-Manat. You're catching up, right, guys? You're with me, right? You're tracking. You're tracking, right? What do I say? What do I say to those who reject the hadith or call it daif? I will call them layman or layman I will call them weak in knowledge. And to the Muslims who claim to be students of knowledge, I will call them deceivers. You're deceiving everyone about the authentic incident, because Ibn Taymiyyah was very, very clear about his belief in the Satanic verses. Ibn Taymiyyah believed in the Satanic verses to be historical fact. Scrunchy, that's afterwards. After he realized what he did. Damage control in Islam is always afterward, just like Allah does the damage control after the Satanic verses. 8 years after. Remember, don't forget about the 8 year. After, always after Satan al-Abyad did his damage. Much too late. Too late after. The damage is already done in the Quran. The Satanic verses are already included in the Quran. Right? After the damage control. After 8 years. Don't forget it. Don't forget about the slide. What a mess, exactly. What a mess. Guys, make sure to watch the entire live show. Alec, you came in way too late. Alec, what I want you to do, if you want to fully weaponize yourself, you have to watch the entire live show all over again. You can't just watch the last 10 minutes of my live show and you think, hey, I have an argument against Muslims. No. If you want to be fully weaponized and you want to have an airtight argument, you need to watch again, rewatch today's live stream again and retake all the sources, make them your own, rewatch the entire live show and take the entire live show as one airtight argument. So don't only watch half of my live show, watch the entire live show. This is why I have a problem with a lot of Christians. Christians, listen, you know I love you, right? But what's the point if in watching only 10 minutes of my live show and you think you have an argument against the Muslims? They will cook you. I will say it up front. When you go to a Muslim and you're going to debate a Muslim about the Satanic verses and you did not collect all of the material, and you didn't take all the notes, when you go to a Muslim, he will cook you. He will fry you. He will zut you just like Muhammad was zutted. So if you want to have an airtight argument, an airtight case for the Satanic verses, you need to watch the entire live show and take notes. You know, iron sharpens iron, right? Iron sharpens iron. So if you joined way too late, you need to rewatch the entire live show again. You need to rewatch the entire live show again. Let's see let's see, Brother Reverson, you're with me, right, Brother Reverson?
Yes.
Let me use Ibn Taymiyyah as my weapon. You ready, Brother Reverson? I'm going to use
Always.
Ibn Taymiyyah as my weapon, personal weapon. Remember, Ibn Taymiyyah believed in the Satanic verses to be an authentic incident, an authentic historical incident. So I'm going to use him against his own prophet. Watch this. How beautiful it is to use the classical scholars against their own prophet. I'm going to use the very words of Ibn Taymiyyah against his own prophet. And here's the link for the book. Another famous book by the Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah himself, Manhaj al-Sunnah Nabawiyya, Volume 2. Here's the book one more time. So collect all the sources, guys. This is why I keep telling you, rewatch the entire live show and collect all of it to have an airtight case. Don't watch only 10 minutes. Better to not watch at all. I'm honest. Either you watch the entire live show or don't watch and you think you can have an airtight case against Islam. That's not how it works. Page 420, guys. So I love you. This is why I tell you that. If I won't love you, if I did not love you, I will not be honest with you. Watch the entire live show, guys. The entire live show is a one complete argument against the satanic verses. Page 420. So, guys, it might sound hard on the edges, but I'm trying to be honest. Look, brother reversing, you're ready, right? Let's read the Arabic and the English.
It says, وكذلك لما ادعى النبوة من ادعاها من الكذابين مثل مسيلم الكذاب والعنسي وغيرهما مع ما كان يشتبه من أمرهم لما كان ينزل عليهم من الشياطين ويوحون إليهم. Translation. And if prophets claim prophethood from among the liars like Musaylam al-Kadhab and Aswad al-Ansi and other false prophets like them, these false prophets were visited and inspired, i.e. given wahi, by shayateen. So according to Ibn Taymiyyah, if a prophet is visited by shayateen who inspired such a prophet with satanic revelation, then such a prophet is a liar.
Uh-oh.
Case
Uh-oh.
closed.
This part is my own words. This part is my own... sorry. Let me remove. This part here, I included it. This is not part of the page. This is my stuff. This is my wording. So what is...
Conclusion.
Conclusion. What conclusion can we take when Ibn Taymiyyah said what he said on top?
We can take the conclusion that Muhammad is a false prophet. He's a liar because he took revelation from Satan.
Haha. Remember, Ibn Taymiyyah's view is that yes, the satanic verses incident is a historical, authentic fact that happened in the life of Muhammad. But Ibn Taymiyyah just buried his own prophet when he said to recognize a false prophet is that how to know that he's a false prophet is that he's receiving demonic wahi, demonic inspiration from the devils, from the shayateen. Uh-oh. So according to Ibn Taymiyyah, if a prophet is visited by the shayateen, by the devils, who inspired that prophet with satanic revelation like Muhammad, then such a prophet is a liar, kadhab, false prophet. Liar detected, removed. So Muslims, according to your Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah's view and logic, Muhammad, your prophet, is a prophet of Satan. Momo is a liar, false prophet. Boom!
The same guy who...
damn it!
Yeah.
The same guy who actually said that it's a proven fact that
Yep.
incident happened.
Yep.
So he
Same.
not only authenticated the incident, but he actually made his prophet a liar
Wow.
by his own words.
He literally buried his own prophet, right? Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, the teacher of Ibn Kathir himself, the Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, his condition for a false prophet is that if a prophet claimed to be a prophet, he claimed prophethood, just like the other liars, because remember, in the time of Muhammad, you had multiple prophets. Guys, here is prophet number one. He claimed to be a prophet. Musaylama claimed to be a prophet. Remember the battle of Yamama when he was unalived after the death of Muhammad? That's him. You had another prophet. Yeah. His name was Aswad al-Ansi. And you had two other prophets as well during the time of Muhammad. Muhammad was the fifth. And all of them claimed that they are receiving wahi. All of them. Muhammad was the fifth. How to recognize a liar? How to recognize a false prophet? If they are visited by the shayateen like Muhammad, and they are inspired by a shayateen like Muhammad was inspired when he received the satanic verses from Satan, and then he bowed down to Allat, Al-Uzza, Wal-Manat, the female bird idols of Mecca. Boom! Do you now understand why I told you to watch the entire live show? Again, rewatch it. Because now it becomes airtight. Airtight. Don't watch 10 minutes. Guys, either go away and stop watching if you're going to watch only 10 minutes. So if you want to have an airtight case regarding the satanic verses, watch and rewatch to become second nature for you. To collect all the sources. Can we make it even more worse, brother? What do you think?
Always. There's more dirt to dig.
Watch this. Watch this. Let me open the book of the schmerderist of them all, Imam Ibn Abdul Wahhab himself. According to the Muslims, that's him. You see him? That's him. That guy there above. That's Ibn Abdul Wahhab, the Wahhabi, the founding father of today's Wahhabism, the schmerderist, the Salafi boys. That's him. According to the Muslims, I have nothing to do with it. This is his picture, very old picture of him. The guy on top, right? And this is Muhammad bin Saud, the Saudis. That's him. But the founding father of Wahhabism, that's the guy there on top. That's him. If we open his book, he wrote a book, multiple books actually, but this is one of his books. He wrote a summary, Brother Reverson, called Mukhtasar Sirat al-Rasul. So this is the summary for the biography. How do I write summary? Like this? No, like this?
Yeah.
With
Why?
an E?
Hey, no, like this.
Summary, like this, right? Yeah, my English guys sometimes. Yeah, think like this. The summarized version of Sirat al-Rasul, okay, by Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab himself. That's the father of Wahhabism. I appreciate it, my friend. God bless you. We are here to teach, nothing more, nothing less. We are here to serve you guys with knowledge. If we open his book, and let me give you the link. Again, rewatch the entire live show, guys. Take all the sources. On page, what page number? 87. 87. That's the page number. Let's read, Brother Reverson. Here is the Arabic. Hold on. Here is the Arabic. So if you want to take a screenshot of the Arabic, here is the Arabic. Okay, here is the Arabic.
Thank you.
All right. You want to read the Arabic or directly go to the English, Brother Reverson? Okay.
We can read it. Why not? إن رسول الله قرأ سورة النجم فلما بلغ أفرأيتم اللات والعزى ومناة الثالثة الأخرى ألقى الشيطان على لسانه تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهن لترتجى. Next highlighted part. فلما بلغ السجدة سجد وسجد معه المسلمون والمشركون كلهم.
So the father of the Wahhabis himself, Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab himself, in the summarized version of the Mukhtasar of Sirat al-Rasul, on page 87, he includes this. Read it, Brother Reverson. We read the Arabic, let's read English.
Yeah. He says, the Messenger of Allah read Surah Al-Najm, chapter 53 of the Quran, and when he reached, have you seen Al-Lat, Al-Uzza, and Manat, the third, the other? Satan put on the tongue of the Prophet, these are the exalted crane idols, i.e., the bird idols of Mecca, and their intercession is hoped for. He prostrated, and all the Muslims prostrated with him, and all of the mushrikun.
So even Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab included in his summary of Sirat al-Rasul, he included that his prophet committed shirk, and he recited تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهم لترتجى. These are the exalted crane bird idols, the gharaniq, i.e. the bird idols of Mecca, and their intercession is hoped for. And then, if that's not already enough damage, Muhammad did the act of sujood, prostration. He prostrated, and all the Muslims prostrated. All of them became mushrikun, including the rest of the pagans as well. They did follow. All of them became mushrikun. Boom. And here is the Arabic one more time on the screen. Let's see what Sheikh Al-Albani had to say about this. What this disaster.
Can I add a small comment, brother?
Yes, go ahead.
There is something funny in the Arabic because it says فَلَمَّا بَلَغَ السَّجْدَ sajad. It seems to be the same pattern or the same way the Muslims pray.
Yep.
You know how they pray, they say words and they have certain things that they need to do. They have like a prostration at a certain point after saying something.
Yep.
In here, it seems that the Prophet prayed the same way, just like a Muslim, but mentioned those cranes.
Yep. He literally worshipped the idols, Brother Reversion. He worshipped the idols. He literally worshipped the idols, Brother Reversion. Now let's see what Sheikh Al-Albani again had to say about this. Sheikh Al-Albani. Let's see what Sheikh Al-Albani said about what we just read, because he's referring to the book of who? Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. This is Sheikh Al-Albani. For the people who don't know who Sheikh Al-Albani is, that's him. Brother Reverson, why is he called Al-Albani? Do you have any idea why?
Because he's originally from Albania, right?
He's originally from Albania. But he lived in Syria for a long time of his life. And he was banned also by multiple countries. He was very notorious, just to say. His family are originally from Albania. He's not even an Arab originally. Did you catch it? That's why Al-Albani, Albania. Look what he said, guys. When someone wrote a book about his life, Hayat Al-Albani, the life of Al-Albani, that's the title of the book. The life of who? Al-Albani. They wrote a book about his life, and they included some quotations of Al-Albani. Okay? Not quotations of Rob Christian, no. Quotations of who? Of Al-Albani himself. In this book on page 431, and 432, back to back. Let's start reading the Arabic and then we read the English, Brother Reverson.
Yes. It says, وأما مختصر سيرة الرسول للشيخ محمد بن عبد الوهاب رحمه الله تعالى فلم تكن على منهج علمي حتى أنه قد أورد قصة. Next page.
Read first the English and then we'll move on. Yeah.
But regarding the summary of Sirat al-Rasul written by Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, the founding father of modern day Wahhabism, who has mentioned the story.
Now we go to the next page. Page 432.
قصة الغرانيق العلا وهي قصة تهدم القرآن كله. Al-Albani said, and this story, i.e. the Gharaniq, the high cranes, destroys the whole Quran.
Whoa! He came clean. Sheikh Al-Albani came clean. He came clean that the story destroys the entire Quran. And when the entire Quran is destroyed, what does that mean, Brother Reverson?
No Islam exists.
Bye-bye, Islam. So Sheikh Al-Albani doubles it down and he comes clean and he says, if the story of Al-Gharaniq is historically accurate, historically authentic, then there goes the Quran down the drain, in the toilet, down the drain, in the sewer where it belongs. Bye Islam, bye Quran. So what he basically does, Brother Reverson, he's attacking Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab. Why did you do that?
mentioning it?
For mentioning it.
Yeah.
But he forgot about his father, the father of today's Salafis, who? Ibn Taymiyyah. Because Ibn Taymiyyah said that the early Muslims believed in the Satanic verses to be a historical, accurate fact.
Cannot be criticized, he said.
What does that tell you about modern day Muslims like Sheikh Al-Albani, Brother Reverson? What can we say about Sheikh Al-Albani? Is he even
Sheikh Al-Albani is a liar. No, he's a liar. He's trying to patch Islam. Patchwork.
Yeah, supposedly Allah did scrunchy. I believe it was Muhammad and his scribes who did it, of course. After being busted, I believe that the Jews of Medina busted Muhammad, his cojones. And they basically said to him, this is my conclusion. You claim to be a monotheist. You claim that you are practicing Tawheed, unification. But we hear you when you recite chapter 53, you are mentioning the bird idols of Mecca, and you are giving them a positive salutation. تلك الغرانيق العلا وإن شفاعتهن ترتجى. You are praising the idols. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're calling them exalted crane idols. What's wrong with you? So Muhammad was forced to create this idea of fabrication that Allah supposedly abrogated what Satan did to him in Mecca. But a little bit too late. 8 years too late. Remember the 8 years too late? Don't forget the 8 years, guys. Don't forget it. 8 years is a key point of the entire story, right? The abrogation happened after 8 years. Again, why 8 years? Because remember, chapter 53 happened in Mecca at the year 614 AD. That's when chapter 53 was sent down. But chapter 22, that contains the abrogation in ayah 52, happened much later in the year 622 AD when Muhammad was in Medina. 8 years too late. And that's how the cookie crumbles, baby. That's how the cookie crumbles.
You know, Brother Rob, your theory about,
what did you say?
your
brother?
theory about the Jew correcting. I said that your theory about the Jews correcting him is very likely because it
Yeah.
happened often in the Islamic narrative.
Yep. The Jews were always
They
busting
corrected
Muhammad,
about
right?
many things.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm.
I remember there's a hadith also where a Jew came to him and telling him, you are doing shirk, you're doing association because you are swearing by the Kaaba and not Allah, or something of that sort.
Yep.
That is an authentic hadith as well.
Yep. Do you see why, again, guys? I will say it one more time. Why you need to rewatch the entire live show to make it in one complete airtight argument against the Satanic verses, to prove that Muhammad became the prophet of Satan, aka who comes in many shapes, in the shapes and the forms of Allat, Al-Uzza, Wal-Manat. Chef kiss. God bless you, Reverse, and God bless all of you guys. I mean, I think we did enough damage, Brother Reverse. And I mean, I can drop more nuclear bombs, but I think it's good for now because I don't want to drown everybody in more sources than we already provided. Actually, one more thing, Brother Reverse. What did you say, brother? Sorry?
I was about to say, I think you zooted the brains of the viewers with the whole hadith and mursal and stuff.
I know, brother. But bear with me, guys. Pray for my shortcomings, okay? Last argument. Last, but very important detail. If you go to chapter 69, what did Allah say? What did Allah say in chapter 69, guys? Had Momo faked or fabricated any sayings, ولو تقول علينا بعض الأقاويل لأخذنا منه باليمين ثم لقطعنا منه الوتين. Had Momo fabricated any sayings in our name regarding us, meaning Allah, we would have surely seized him by the right hand. لك تعال هون يا ابن القحوة. تعال هون. Come here, Muhammad, Allah would say to him. And then I will cut off his aorta. What happened to Muhammad, brother Reversion? Can you remind the audience what happened to Muhammad?
Muhammad, while he was dying, he said, I feel my aorta being cut this hour from the poison of the food I ate in Khaybar.
1 plus 1.
1 plus
1
Yes,
plus
sir.
1. Bukhari 44:28. And you see, guys, I had to put a red line there because they lie in English, like always. Read it as it is, without extra flavor. Let's read, Brother Reverson.
It says, the Prophet in his ailment in which he died used to say, O Aisha, I still feel the pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar. At this time, my aorta is being cut from that poison. I feel my aorta is being cut from that poison.
Guess who cut off the irony? I don't want to give power to Allah in any way, shape, or form, but the irony is Allah said, I will cut off his aorta if he fabricates, if he lies. What did Muhammad do? He admits that his aorta is being cut. And then we find reports to back it up. We find the last but not least report, and then I will close shop for today, guys. If we open Tariq al-Tabari back to back, Tariq al-Tabari, volume 6, the history of al-Tabari, the history of al-Tabari, the history of al-Tabari, Tariq al-Tabari in Arabic, that's what we call it. Volume 6. You see volume 6?
Brother Rob. Tariq al-Tabari.
Tariq, like a Korra the Explorer. Tariq. Not Tariq, but Tariq. Anyway, page 111. So volume 6, 111. That's the page number. 111. We scroll down. Let's see what Muhammad said and admitted after the satanic verses. Here are the satanic verses. These are the high flying cranes. Verily their intercession is to be desired. That's the satanic verses. We go down. Let's read what Muhammad said about himself.
Then the messenger of God said, I have fabricated things against Allah and have imputed to him words which he has not spoken. Obviously, we know that Allah is not God.
Oh, Muhammad admits that he fabricated stuff about Allah. What did Allah say? Had he fabricated, faked things about us, we would cut off his aorta. What does Muhammad say? I have fabricated things against Allah, which Allah has not spoken. 1 + 1. Who got rid of Muhammad in the end? His demon, his Satan, Allah. His Allah, Satan, cut off his aorta. Boom, 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 boom. Congratulations, Muslims. Congratulations with this demonic false prophet. Congratulations. Muslims, wake up. Put your tails between your legs and run from Islam. Run. Because you have been following a false prophet who admits that he's a false prophet. And Allah cut off his aorta. Allah cut off his aorta. And he admits that his aorta was cut. It's time to wake up. Any last words, Brother Reverse? And I think we did. Now we did officially did enough damage. Any last words?
I think you overcooked the topic today.
I fried everybody's
Hopefully
brain,
Muslims. Hopefully Muslims open their eyes and realize that there are so many change for this specific hadith. And if your prophet was even for 1 second taking inspiration from the devil, think for yourself, what else did he take? Is it only this incident? How can you trust him? Was he in his right mind to accept such a thing? And where was Allah in this whole situation? Is Allah powerless for 8 years? Think about it, Muslims.
Think about it, Muslims. Think. Use your brains. Would this be a prophet to follow? Would this prophet who mounted a 9-year-old, is that a prophet to follow, Muslims? Who not only bow down and worship the idols of Arabia, who not only committed many nasty evil things that no human today would do, you know, who was zutted by the jinn over and over. Would you want to follow such a prophet? Be honest, Muslims. You can try to defend him. I understand that you want to defend your prophet, but what's left to defend? Since we today again proved that the sources are fully accepted about the satanic verses. Wake up, Muslims. Wake up. I love you, everyone. Thank you for your amazing support for so many years. God bless all of you. Stay away, far away from Islam. Don't allow anyone to infiltrate your houses, your minds. No Muslim dawah bro or girl should affect your brain cells and invite you, doing dawah to you to Islam. Think, use your brains. This cannot be a prophet of God. Thanks for watching, guys. Every knee will bow, every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord. And Muhammad is a fraud, false, demonic, mushrik prophet. A false, lying prophet. Stay away from Islam, guys. God bless you. Jesus is Lord and Muhammad is a fraud. God bless. Backup channel, please subscribe. Did you subscribe, guys?